Yo, what's up, boys? I am back. Roll early today, so I promise you. Back on Friday, I was going to go on earlier when I was late. We're on earlier today. Today we're going to be, reacting to obviously drug news, obviously. We'll, look at all the fucking crazy ass DSA shit, all the retarded policies, obviously. We'll, look at all that stuff. We'll look, articles, also watch Fox's videos, and after that, we'll, do reacts also, just the same old normal stuff. Alright, boys, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. Alright, we're gonna get right into it. Fuck, I might have to go to the bathroom. Damn, I should just went before I went live. Hopefully I'll let's see if there's anything in the Rapid 47. If there isn't, then I'll just get into the articles. Should we look at this crap? We'll get some of this stuff off of the clips. But some of the other stuff like this, I don't particularly give a fuck. But there's I'm trying to say, I'm sorry, established for separate places. Okay, it's just I don't really give a fuck about that military spouse. Who cares? This is not really super urgent to really look at, so I'll look at the clips when they ask them questions. This stuff. Okay, this is kind of
There's nothing more important than they save America. I think they should stay. They do what they want, but I think they should stay. I think it's so important to give it best. Yeah.
It's just basically make someone safe act. Will the safe act get passed? I hope it does, because, like I said, you need to show ID. When you're to vote, you need to have, a photo ID to go vote, social security card to go vote, birth certificate, and all that stuff. Obviously, you need to be a U.S. citizen to vote. If you can't, you should be able to vote if you're an illegal alien. You should vote if you don't have a photo ID. So it's just pretty simple. But the Democrats are gonna fight them on that because it'll restrict a lot of the mail-in ballots where Democrats outperform Republicans on mail-in ballots voted, and also they all the states that Kamala won in the election. She won the states where there was no photo ID requirements. So it I'm not saying Trump would have won those states, but he probably would have maybe won a couple of those states, maybe if they had more the photo ID laws, or he would have just basically kept improving his his margin basically. So, but will it get passed? I don't know. I think it'll take a very long time. I think the next government shutdown is going to be? I think the next government shutdown is going to be over the SAFE Act. I really, really do. It'll be something petty for him to shut down the government over the Save America Act. Also, the his first term, he shut down the government over because he wanted, funding for the border wall. That was 39 days that lasted. Then also the one from last year was over the, Obamacare of subsidies expired. Then it went on for 2 months. It went on for 2 months because we got to the point where 40 million people were almost about to lose their fucking, their SNAP benefits. And so that's when they were oh shit, 40 million people are going to lose their fucking food stamps. We need to, reopen the government. So it's just, I can see that. I can see also the government shutting down the Democrats because can use that basically help them like in the in the midterms basically. So hopefully they don't shut the government over that. But I would not be surprised if they like shut down the government over Save America Act. I can see that happening very, very soon in the next like probably like, month or two. Like I, because the government shut down like last year in September, so I can see that happening again. It'll be like the end of September, they'll shut down the fucking government, and the next month they'll shut down the fucking government. So that's what I think's gonna happen. So, excuse me, just want to do this more thing. Sorry.
Music, podcasts, audiobooks, all in
Where's
one
the
app.
journal? It's the apps.
God damn, man.
I need the power of old spots.
Fucking retarded shit. Sorry, guys. Just give me a sec.
We have made so much progress daily. In front of all of our friends. All of them. Without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho.
Alright, we're all good now. Sorry about that. Oh, somehow it's just same thing about Iran. Basically, he's claiming that there's going to be a deal. Then Iran basically said we have not been talking to the U.S. We're all talking about Iran, man. It's just classical market manipulation, trying to manipulate the fucking markets. It's gone such a joke. But I guess we'll fucking look at this. I guess I'm tired of covering the talk about the Iran war. It really do.
Are talks with Iran now off and our airstrikes
No,
back
they're
on?
They're going on right now. It's an amazing thing. We have a little problem with Iran because we have many talks and we'll say we have or we don't have. We're straight about it. But they deny, but they're not denying it now. They just put out a statement not denying it. But for some reason, when they're talking, they don't like saying that they're talking. So I say we're in talks. Big deal. We're in talks. And they'll sometimes deny it, even though they spend hours and hours together talking. No, the talks are going on. We're going to hit them very hard yesterday. Very, very hard. Harder than any attack. I think I can say, General, from a point of knowledge, any attack since World War II. That's pretty big. And we were set to go. And they called. And in addition, Saudi Arabia called. And UAE call, Qatar call, and calls from numerous people. I don't want to use the word begging, but some words in particular, Iran did not want to be here. And they said, we want to talk. We want to talk about the strait, but more importantly, from my standpoint, we want to talk about the denuclearization of Iran. Because this is what it's all about. This is why I'm doing this. And it should have been done. It's now 50 years. We keep saying 47 years, but 3 years have gone by. But it's for 50 years that other presidents should have been doing what or other countries. It didn't have to be us, but other countries. And nobody did it. And it was time. And we hit them hard with the B-2s more than a year ago now. And that knocked out their capabilities, their potential capabilities. And we've done a great job. When we talk, we say we're talking. If we're not talking, when you ask me, no, we're not talking, I'll say, we are talking right now, we're talking. And we're talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by UAE, and backed by Qatar in particular, but others also. Many countries called, the leaders of many countries, almost all of them, one way or the other, and they all wanted to give this a last chance. This is a last chance. This is not something that if it doesn't happen, this is the last chance for them to sign a document.
Oh my god, it's such a joke. Guys, I am so tired of talking about the Iran war. I just keep repeating the same things I keep saying over and over again. It's literally just trying to change. I don't believe anything he says about the Iran war. It's all bullshit. It's all horseshit. I just wish he would just make his mind up. Are you gonna do a fucking peace, or are you gonna just go full out war? What's your decision? I hope he chooses the full peace road against the fascist world because, if the war keeps going on, there's gonna be a massive loss. shortage, and it'll be like not like the 70s over again, where there's like like an oil crisis, like it was like in the 70s, where there's like gas shortages across the world. So, but every time he says there's a deal, either Israel violates the ceasefire or Iran violates the ceasefire, then Trump is pacing and attacks them. Then like every time like Trump says we're gonna do a major attack, we're gonna wipe out their entire entire leadership, or we're gonna wipe out their electricity or their wages or their waterfronts infrastructure, then it gets mysteriously canceled when the markets open up. It's just all market manipulation. We all know everybody in this fucking room right here has bets on the oil market and the fucking stock market. It's just such insider trading, dude. It's such a joke. Steve Witkoff has a fucking crypto business in Pakistan where these negotiations been happening. Same Jared Kushner's got businesses in the Middle East. It's just such a joke, to be honest with you. There's not gonna be a fucking deal. I hope there's a deal. There's not gonna be a fucking deal. It's such horseshit. It's literally just a joke at this point. They're just eventually the oil markets are gonna just suffer because of constantly dropping oil price by like 10%, they bring it up by 15%. It's just too fucking much. It's how it was last year with the fucking tariffs, dude. It's just, and people say, "Oh no, John, he's just negotiating." I'm like, no, he's not. He's just doing this for insider trade on the fucking stock market, man. It's just such horseshit. It really is, man. What is this one? It's just more about the
Are the talks with Iran now off and our airstrikes
No, they're
back?
on.
Oh, shit, I just looked at that.
Where are the Iran talks, and what are your
Well,
requirements
you'll find
right
out today or
now?
tomorrow. I mean, they're going to go quickly, one way or the other. It's not very complex. We're talking about the strait, the opening of the strait, having it open literally by tomorrow, completely open. And that's phase one. And phase two is we then will talk about the nuclear capacity of the nuclear, as we've been mentioning. But basically, I think the most the denuclearization of Iran has to happen. And that'll be the second phase. But the first phase is the opening of the straits. The second phase will be the denuclearization, and that'll take a little while. But we are very strong on it. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And I have never changed it. Yeah, please.
It's just same old every time. Oh, the strait's gonna be open. Then the Iranian media said no, the strait's gonna be only open, but the only way we'll have it open is if we get to charge tolls $2 billion, we're gonna pay a $2 million toll when any oil goes through the straits. And we're gonna have to open around these times. It's never really fully fucking open because Iran now basically gets to dictate when they want to charge tolls on ships, on cargo ships going through the straits, or they can just keep charging for other countries, and it's such horseshit. Then they get to decide when they want to blow up, tankers going through the vessels going through the fucking strait. It's just a big. It's just so dumb. All this is. It's gotten so dumb at this point, guys. It's just such a disaster. All this bullshit is. It's just. Jesus Christ. I really hope we get, the next administration could fucking get rid of all this fucking shit and turn the country around, because it's just literally just getting destroyed right now by incompetent leadership, man. It's just, what's this?
What a terrible shit. They have the worst people on that show.
Are there other avenues that you want to people?
No, there's no other avenues that I know about. Go ahead.
What's this?
The failed MSDNC, right? They failed. They gave it a new name. You know why? Because nobody watched it. Go ahead. And fewer people.
Oh, he's talking about, to be honest with you. It was just. Some of the Spain crisis. trying to get volume.
I think in many cases it's much more than socialist. They skipped socialism, they went directly to communism. But when I saw what happened in Spain, I said, we had a version of that. You could say much worse. We allowed 25 million people under Joe Biden,
8 to 12.
the Democrats. We had open borders, and countries all over the world, almost all of them,
still a lot of
sent people that they don't want into our country. And we've gotten a lot of them out, and we're getting more, including murders. And I always said 11,888. That was the number of murders. Many of them committed more than one murder. And we're going to be just like that if you put these lunatics in that I see running for office. We had an open border a year and a half ago. We had the worst border in the history of our country. Now we have the best border. We haven't had one person come in, and this is done by the Democrats, not by left-leaning people. They do charts, and they have in 15 months, not one person has come in through our southern border illegally. Now, that's pretty amazing. I'd say maybe 10, maybe 15. They say none. And believe me, if they did, they'd love to report it. But you could go outside of those vast plazas where hundreds of thousands of people gathered when they stormed our country, just like they did, in my opinion, worse, just like they did to Spain. They stormed our country, and those borders, those big plazas that were built, they put concrete down. And now you look at them, there's grass growing in the cracks. Nobody comes up because they know they're not going to get through. And if they do get through, they're going to be taken out, brought back to their country. So we've done a fantastic job. Somebody said you did it too fast. I did it in 30 days, my first 30 days. Biden couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done. He tried at the end. He tried to do something because it was so overwhelming. It was so bad politically.
It's kind of crazy what's happening in Spain. All those people, going to Spain last week, last week. It's, Spain's like Supreme Court basically, about the mass amnesty, for these people, and they basically allow these people to come in. You could basically, you're allowed to come in. You can just go through the water. That's the reason why it's so long to go through the ocean, because they're allowed. So if it was different, they would get denied. Obviously, I've seen the clips where they've sent through the military to get these people out of here. So, kind of use water against. What do you have to do, man? Sadly, when you get fed by people unfettered, unchecked, because you have to times use water cans to get these people out, man. It's just, it's just kind of crazy that they don't have a closed border, they don't have any background checks, no asylum officers, no vetting, none of that shit. They're not probably doing any background checks for when these people come in. We don't know. We don't really know if a lot of them are dangerous. They're dangerous people. There's probably a lot of them just come in, just to start a new life. And, I understand why they want to leave Morocco, want to start a new life. But you have to come here the right way. I understand why people want to came through the border here, because they, a lot of the countries in South America are shithole run, and then they just want a better life, but they shouldn't come here the right way. So. See if there's any more. I don't know. Too fuck about that.
This reminds me.
What is this? Oh, it's just what we fucking saw. Oh, it's some of the DSA people. See what he says.
I don't happen to be running, but a lot of very good Republicans are running, and you have a sick ideology taking place.
Let's hope that they beat. Let's hope that they beat these
fucking
DSA people. They better.
But this desk is like a blocking desk. No matter who gets in, if it's bad, I block. And I'm good at blocking. If it's bad, if it's stupid things like the things they want to do, we want to get rid of the U.S. Senate.
Yeah,
I don't like a lot of
same.
senators, to be honest with you. I don't want to get rid of the Senate.
Yeah.
We want to get rid of the Supreme Court. They want to put now 21 or 23 people. That's the real on the Supreme Court, or get rid of it. They want to get rid of the presidency. They want to have an appointed executive running. It's a communist thing. It's a communist thing. These are sick people. And I said it the other day, and it maybe doesn't sound that important, but when a country goes bad, like look at the blue cities. What do they have in common aside from massive crime? Much more crime. The Republicans have very little crime. What do the blue cities have in mind? And also, you can say this with nations when they go bad. The blue cities have something in common: crime, high crime, vicious, violent crime. What do they have in common? They're all dirty. They're filthy dirty. Their streets are dirty. Their streets smell. Their storefronts are broken. Their trees are all gross. Everything about the place is dirty.
True.
And I don't want to mention any specific city. It's really all of them. You go into these cities that are blue, they're crime-ridden, and they're filthy dirty. They're like Washington, D.C. was a year and a half ago, with graffiti all over the place, with crime all over the place, with people afraid to be here. You got to be ashamed of your capital. Some of the most beautiful buildings built in the real time. Like you look at the Supreme Court building and they put graffiti on it. The most beautiful columns I've ever seen. In fact, our columns are going to be nicer at the ballroom. I said, I want the Supreme Court, but better. But you look at those columns, how magnificent, and then you see graffiti on the side of the building. No artistry, just bad people. But the one thing they all have in common, crime, two things, crime, but they're disgusting. They're filthy dirty. The streets are dirty. They have people lying all over the street doing you know what. They're all the same. And this is what we're going to put in. It's not going to happen in our country.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I get so annoyed. He's absolutely right what he's saying. But he doesn't do anything policy-wise. If he just, like I said, many times, I'll keep saying it over and over. If he just kept his campaign promises, like on the economy, like on foreign policy, healthcare, all the stuff that he promised he was going to do, basically the last 10 years, and especially what he said that, in 24. He would be having high approval rates in some of his campaign promises. The Republicans would be riding high on a clean sweep for the midterms. But besides him close to the board, he's rubbing on his campaign promises. He's starting to get on board, but basically the only confidence for Republicans to win the midterms. The only possible way they had a slim Republic win the midterms, at the start of the year was to fix the economy. It's the only thing that you fix the fucking economy, you guys were going to win the midterms. But, they chose he chose to start the war to Iran, then the economy got a lot worse because it's affecting gas prices, it's, affecting inflation, and it's basically giving these DSA people fucking ammo, basically, and also, there's bad leadership at the top, with the established Democrats, they're still going on, with identity politics. If they just stop with, if the Democrats, established Democrats, just stop with the identity politics, then they would their approval rates would be going right high right now. Sorry. Yeah, but if the Republicans, no, not Republicans, sorry, if the Democrats weren't just constantly Trump's Hitler is a fascist, or preaching about his ballroom, or not, constantly going by the identity politics with, men and women's sports and all, and sex change for, for minors and all that shit, and constantly, about, the illegals. If they just care, to talk about how they would solve, fix the economy, how they would try to get rid of, the tariffs, how they could, make immigration better, how they could, Gets out the Iran war. How they would do with like making healthcare cheaper, fixing our infrastructure, fixing our schools, roads, do more like research for the cure like diseases. If they just talk about that shit, right? The Democrats should be like, I'm not a Democrat, but the Democrats should be, their program should be high because Trump hasn't kept his campaign promises and the Republicans are lost, so the Democrats should be fucking just coasting through this, but they get in their own way, with the identity politics. And also, they just basically are accepting the fucking tanky takeover. And some of these established Democrats are idiots saying that, we're all for the big tent. They say that, right? And these DSA people will be kind of friendly towards them. Like once these DSA people get elected, they'll just fucking ditch these established Democrats because they don't care about established Democrats. They basically want to destroy the fucking, current Democrat Party. So, but if he just fucking kept his campaign promises and the Democrats, were constantly not, doing, Trump's Hitler and all that stuff and the identity politics. Trump's ratings would be high. Republicans would be coasting for the midterms, and the Democrats would be more likable. That's like the biggest fucking issue, and they should be working together. Like Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats should be working together. I know they all hate each other. Democrats can't stand Trump, and Trump can't stand them, and the Republicans like the Democrats, vice versa. If they just put their egos aside and they work together. And they need to work together to stop these DSA people because they want to destroy the fucking country. They basically, because these DSA people want totalitarianism, they basically want communism. All the stuff they're saying is legit communist shit. They want to destroy the fucking country. And I just wish that they would put their fucking egos aside, right, and they would just work together. So we can, keep our country, not our country get taken over by fucking, retarded fucking tankies. So that's just my opinion. I don't really care about this fucking reflective bullshit. Alright, some of those clips were kind of stupid. Sorry, a lot of those clips were very retarded. It's just... Sometimes it gets pointless. Sometimes listening to Trump because it's just basically just the same old stuff. Like the first the first half of his first year back in office, I was constantly fans. I was constantly watching everything would go live and all the fans he was into. I was very excited. Repeating the same talk points over and over and over again. It's just kind of boring, and that's why I just started looking at clips. So, alright, let's get into none of that bullshit. Let's get into, into the articles now, the important stuff, and see what's been happening today, because you're not going to find that on X, obviously, or the Rapid 47. This is a propaganda machine. They're re-promoting Christmas shit already, man. It's all I get to re-promoting it. Just give me a second. We're gonna, just give me a second real quick. And there's one thing real fast that we'll get into. We'll get back into more of it. So.
Guys, I need it for Kappa. I need it for Kappa. I need it for Kappa.
Okay. There we go.
I need it for Kappa, guys.
All right, boys. All right. We're good now. Sorry about that. All right, let's go look at the articles now. We're looking at articles earlier. It's earlier today. Damn center keeps making up murder with post strikes on the drug traffickers. Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of funny how they never really really sad that with all the drug boats they did last year, if they were actually real drug boats or just random fucking boats in the Caribbean. The problem is we never did an actual fucking due process or fat end. We're just randomly blowing up shit in the Caribbean. So it was just pretty fucking crazy.
Hey, gang, I'm back. I'm out of there.
So there's a lot of articles are showing me. This is kind of unfortunate. This kind of makes me mad. Let's just go shit. Straight into politics, and I can't find the articles to look good. Okay. Former National Counterterrorism Center Director Joe Cannon is continuing to advocate for President Trump to remove U.S. troops from the Middle East. President Trump again called out strikes in Iran. This is a good decision. It's clear that he wants out this war for the obvious reasons. It's also clear that Iran will not simply return to the SOH, the short Hormuz style it was before the war. We need to accept that we can't use military force to open the Strait of Hormuz. We've tried that without catastrophic escalation in a bloody years of long war can Now it's time for President Trump to pull our troops out of the region. He can declare victory. The previous goal, no news, was met. Quickly use the carrot of sanctions release to over the shore moves once our troops are out of harm's way. If we risk starting an escalation of retaliation cycle, we can control here the Kent's decided his opposition to the Iran war when he resigned from the National Counterterrorism Director role earlier this year. White House spokesman Davis Engel said in a reply to Fox News on Monday, "What matters most to the American people is having a commander in chief who takes the decisive action to eliminate threats and keeps them safe." Which is exactly what President Trump is doing. The campaign rally on his rise tonight, the Iranian regime to go to develop a nuclear weapon. Americans are already safer because of his bold leadership. I don't know about that. The president does not make these incredibly important national security issues based on fluid opinion, cultural political opponents, but on the base interests of the American people. President Trump indicated in a Saturday night True Social post that the U.S. was going to hold off on launching new strikes against Iran. The USA is locked and loaded and ready to go to the Islamic Republic of Iran at levels of military terrorist strength and power not seen since World War II. Despite this, we have just been asked by Iran and the other Middle Eastern countries to hold off any attack and the perimeters of the deal. Has been agreed to. This would include the imminent, complete, and total opening of the strait, and the end of Iran's nuclear threat. Trump wrote, Chance, man. Based on this request, I've agreed for the future benefit of the world, and likewise, the survival of successful and prosperous Iran to cancel the attack. I'm subject to being able to rapidly make a deal. The country of Israel joins in this commitment and get to work everybody. We don't think of attention to that. Yeah, the Iran semi-official Mar news agency pushes back against the notion that Iran requests that America refrain from additional attacks, calling Trump's claim something but a new lie. The BBC reported, NPR reported that Mark described the U.S. president's assertions as simply a new lie, signed on Iranian military figures. While speaking to the press about aboard Air Force One, on Sunday, Trump referred to the negotiations against Iran. Like I said before, I don't trust it. I've said this mentioned, I don't trust it. I've heard it so many times now. Both sides normally break their fucking ceasefires. Iran attacks ships in the Strait, or Israel attacking Lebanon and pisses Trump off. Then he's like afraid of blowing up their leadership. Then Iran gets pissed and they start attacking our bases, and it's just same thing. And then Trump just basically trying to manipulate the fucking markets, and it's just the same old bullshit. I've heard this many times. Just don't really care that much anymore about the Iran war. This is kind of important. This is about Todd Blanche. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche moved closer to a Senate confirmation Sunday after formally rescinding a controversial $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund and narrowing tax protection against President Trump's IRS statement. A spokeswoman for Senator John Cornyn confirmed the agreement had been reached after Cornyn Senator Tom Tillis held up Blanche's nomination. The agreement could clear way for Cornyn to support Blanche at a Senate Judiciary Committee meeting Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Tillis had publicly committed on the agreement as of Saturday night. Sunday now, I'm sorry. The committee is scheduled to vote on the motion tomorrow. Need all Republicans on board to counter Democrats who remain opposed to Blanche's confirmation. An early committee's vote was postponed after Cornyn until it said they needed a recommitment from the administration. Blanche formally met the Sanders demands by turning the fund and clarifying that tax-related protections in the settlement apply only retroactively and do not cover future tax fill-ins. The fund will never become an operational. No members were appointed, no money was transferred, no claims process was established, no payments were made. According to the Justice Department, my team and I have met the committee members and senators over the past several weeks and addressed any concerns or outstanding questions Blanche had imposed on X Sunday. We have enjoyed good faith discussions and results of issued the following order and update. With regard to May's IRS settlement, the department always welcomes and appreciates productive engagement with all members of Congress. Yet, Blanche's order formally rescinds the May 18th directive establishing the fund and clarifying tax-related protections in the settlement apply retroactively, not to the future fill-ins. Cornyn and Tillis had sought the commitment in writing amidst concern that the fund could be refined partially as Trump continues to publicly support the idea. Lawmakers had also raised the concerns that people convicted in connection with the J6 Capitol riots could be eligible for payment. Senator Cornyn has reached an agreement with the Department of Justice, which will be issuing a formal, permanently terminating the anti-weaponization fund, making clear in a binding writing document that the scope of the audit settlement is limited to only the plaintiffs, including the president and the IRS. Natalie Yespik, a Cornyn spokesman, told Politico. Tillis had not announced whether the agreement was good enough to secure his support. Tillis expected to follow Cornyn and back in Blanche on Tuesday after saying on Saturday, before the agreement was reached, that Trump clearly intends to reinsure the payout pot for politics either by inappropriately establishing another bogus fund or pushing Congress to vote for a bill that majority Republicans in the Senate would be against. It's unfortunate that Todd Blanche, who I consider qualified for the job, will not be confirmed because of this reversal. Hopefully, we can resolve this issue. It still says at the time. Blanche has been serving as acting Attorney General since taking over for Pam Bondi in April. Yeah, we'll see if they. It looks like they're going to confirm him now since they solved that issue. But it would have been fucking bullshit if they like Trump, and his family get like a 1.8 billion, IRS tax summit where they would have to like pay their like get exempt for like tax exemption. They would give to people that were fall of the J6 tax. That would have been catastrophic. That would have been like a next level of fucking corruption. That would be so bad. That would have been really, really bad. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I guarantee you Pam Bonnie probably would have just done that regardless. So we have to wait and see. What? Okay, I don't know, but I don't care what the fake doctor says. What's this? Unearthed data, a nice fraud. Concerns admin, Medicaid's $5 billion, autism therapy boo. We go look at this. This is something to do with fraud, I guess. We go look at that. It's about fraud, so the administration's been, trying to look at all the fraud stuff going in the country. Go look at this. Medicaid spend on a top autism therapy was exploding to the billion strong increased scrutiny over rates and funds. Rise in funds within the system. Applied behavior analysis therapy is a lifeline for hundreds of thousands of American families. It helps children with autism develop communication, social, and daily living skills. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, providers spend data Medicaid paid more than $5 billion over a 6-year period, and as Medicaid spending of ABA therapy has surged, so has scrutiny over how taxpayer dollars are being spent, and whether it's rife with fraud, like many other government assistance programs. In May, federal prosecutors charged 2 Minnesota autism clinic operators with allegedly billing Medicaid $46 billion for services prosecutors said were unnecessary or never provided, including claims tied to children with allegedly fraudulent autism diagnosis. Earlier this year, another Minnesota woman pled guilty in a separate $14 billion Medicaid autism fraud scheme. Investigators by the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times have also documented allegations that some providers billed for services that will provide infiltrated therapy hours and aggressively expand as Medicaid spending surge. A partisan divide is emerging over how station and public assistance programs for the following treatments options, especially a fraudster activity, has come under a microscope in the federal government. Republican-led states like Florida have fraud enforcement entitlement, while debates in states like Georgia have centered a reimbursement rates and preserving access to care. And scrutiny comes as the Trump administration has been the focus of its second term to eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse across federal programs, including Medicaid, a central the policy priority. Just give me a sec. Sorry, I get annoyed doing this every fucking 2 minutes. It's just Jesus Christ, and just fucking moves like that.
I think it's like 75%.
Gotta get annoyed when that's actually give me moves there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Come on with your favorite fourth thumb here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember,
All right.
Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you will make Ocho cry.
Supporters of strong oversight argue that every dollar lost in fraud is money that cannot be used for providing care for children. It depends on Medicaid. Funded autism therapy. Between 2018 and 2024, Medicaid provider paid out more than $5.15 billion under one of the primary billing codes used for ABA therapy. Free providers received roughly 685 million in Medicaid reimbursements during that period. ABA therapy is one of the most common treatments for children with autism using structure. One sessions to build communication, social, and daily living skills. Most of that therapy is delivered by registered behavior technicians, entry-level workers who complete 40-hour training program and work under the supervision of certified behavior analysts whose jobs is designed to oversee treatment plans. Medicaid data identifies examples of providing unusually large reimbursements under the ABA bill codes, including some plans that they equate to hundreds of dollars per minute. Therapy based on the standard 15-minute billing unit data alone does not explain why those reimbursements were so high. Bill experts say unusually large payments can reflect the various factors, including price adjustments or under administration process. The Center of Medicaid and Medicare Services, the federal agency that oversees Medicaid and partnership with states, told Fox News that it's observed significant growth in Medicaid spending on ABA therapy in recent years. While access to Medicaid necessary service remains a priority, rapid growth also underscores the importance of insurance service or clinically appropriated delivered by qualified. Whereas the qualified providers are supported by strong programs and treat safeguards. A CMS spokesman, the person said, as concerns over fraud, states have responded differently. Florida census regarding more than 72 billion in improper Medicaid payments over the past year and prevented hundreds of behavior analysts from participating in Medicaid because of documented fraud concerns. Last month, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis announced a statewide Medicaid integrity initiative to strengthen providers' freedom and enhance fraud detection, increase oversight, aiming to protect taxpayer dollars. While Florida has focused on strengthening fraud enforcement, Georgia lawmakers have focused on reimbursement rates. Lawmakers recently questioned Medicaid managed care organizations' decision to reduce ABA reimbursements raised by 20%, even as an industry representatives testified that use of autism therapy services had increased by more than 300% in recent years. The debate reflects on the difficult balance between real fraud, resurgent access to therapy that many families says has been life-changing for children with autism.
The one person.
Shit.
I was the big moment. That's right. He said they got better. Eliminate any target without using arm on wins. You don't let your best player.
Sorry, I sneezed. But yeah, all this stuff is really interesting. I'm glad that they're looking into some of the Medicaid stuff. It's just kind of crazy, people didn't believe there was like fraud in Minnesota when Nick Shirley went there end of last year and they've arrested 2 people that were involved with like with like Medicaid fraud. So I hope they keep looking at it because also there's been like a lot of like fraud with involving the Medicaid stuff and like daycares and healthcare centers, all that stuff. So be kind of nice because a lot of money does get spent on exploiting all those like programs. Also, those programs are very important. Also, there's like a lot of people that actually legit have like autism or who desperately feel like have need like Medicare just to to live, but there's definitely a decent amount of people who don't need like Medicare or like fully health, but they just do to exploit the system. Same with like welfare. Also, there's like some people that don't have a job with their parents, but they said, "Oh, I don't have a job, so I'm just going on welfare and exploit the fucking system." That shouldn't be allowed. Those programs should only be allowed for people who desperately need it, who can't financially afford to you can't afford to basically pay for like a lot of food, who can't pay for their own health care. So yeah, I'm glad they're doing all that stuff. Just hope they do it right way. But there's fucking fraud going in the White House with all insider trading they're doing with stock market manipulation, old market manipulation. Hopefully the next administration looks at that shit. It's fucking crazy. Look at this. You can look at the midterm stuff. So tomorrow there's how like basically this year like every state's like basically since like March, there's been primaries and basically in all 50 states. Since March, certain states had their primaries back in March, some had it back in April, some had it back like in May, June, July. In some states like Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan are having theirs this month. Michigan's having theirs tomorrow. Florida's having on the 18th. So we're getting we're starting to get into the deep part of the midterms, because the midterms are like 92 days away, 3 months from the midterms. So we're getting to the good part. So look at this. So this is from Michigan. Detroit, Michigan, Republican Mike Rogers is confident he'll defeat whichever Democratic rival he faces off with in the midterm elections in a crucial Senate showdown in the Great Lakes battleground state. It doesn't matter to us. We've looked at both candidates. We feel confident we're going to beat either of one of these candidates that come out of that race. Rogers said in a Fox News interview 2 days before the Michigan's primary. Abdul Syed, a former Wayne County Health Department director who unsuccessfully ran a searching campaign for governor in 2018, is faced off for the Democratic Party's nomination in Michigan against Representative Haley Stevens, a more moderate candidate backed by the establishment. The primary race is the biggest battle to date in the party's ideological war between the far left and the center left. Rogers says both LSI and Scenes are very radical. They're way too extreme for Michigan. To LSI, he charged Abdul. He says his own special sauce is of crazy. The expensive and combative scrum between Al Sayed and Stevens in the race to see retiring Democratic Senator Gary Beers, who's backing Stevens, is belligerent. Republicans and potentially in danger. He must hold seat in November for the Democrats as they face an uphill challenge to back the Senate majority. That certainly helps Rogers, and says he pointed out to the Democratic primary battle. It's like keep trying this fucking hard. Rogers, a former congressman, he lost the 2024 Senate election in Michigan by a razor thin margin, while President Trump narrowly carried that state out, while the Democrats engaged in stalling as the Civil War were ununified the Republican Party in a way I haven't seen in decades. Here on this particular race, we're building our team, our resources, and our ready for the fight after August 5th. Anyway, I don't think Democrats are expected to be allied. Outside, if elected, would make history's first Muslim senator as made support for Medicare for all, a major component of his campaign. He's a fraud. How are you gonna pay for it? You're always gonna be taking out people's fucking taxes, dude, out their wages. Dipshit. Fucking retard. He's also for the abolition of ICE, and is a vocal critic of Israel and its war with Hamas. You're in America. Why are you talking about Israel, dude? Your job is to focus on America, not fucking Israel, man. Dipshit. You even cares if Israel's actually Gaza's a genocide against Palestinians and outside. Who served as a top surrogate on Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign spells to not accept PAC donations. I guarantee he's got PAC donations. Outside, he respected like many leaders on the left. He was showing on the campaign trail 2 weeks ago. While the progressive champion Bernie Sanders of Vermont and Representative AOC of New York retreated not as a socialist. Sorry, I'm sorry. But Rogers argued that LSI is a different league altogether about pushing that socialist agenda. Democrat Socialists of America are in Michigan, working for him right now. They're pretty punching and parachuting for all over the country. If you believe the future of America and your own prosperity and your individual liberties, well, we're going to talk about it because they got plans to take it all that way. Rogers claims, right? All that. As he points to the far left and outside, and just because you're a smooth talker and you can sell ice to Eskimo doesn't mean people are ready to give up their rights. He is absolutely correct. Both outside, it seems our confident Democrats will unite following Tuesday's primary. Let's make sure that anyone but Mike Rogers gets the United States Senate. Stevens told reporters on Sunday after the primary, we're going to see a united Democratic Party. We're going to see us going full force, full-fledged And outside told Fox News, I think we all understand that the risk of Donald Trump and real risk of Mike Rogers. This is a guy he's not going to stand up and take on the war machine. He's not going to stand up and take on big pharma. He's not going to stand up and take on big tech. He's going to be banned for large corporations. Outside referred to Rogers. I think everyone understands where stakes are on that. So I'm looking forward to welcoming everybody who might have voted differently in the primary. As well, El Sayed's comments, Rogers charged the guy lies. This guy will lie from today until November 4th. Trying to get people walk past how bad it is for a state and future of our country. This guy's absolutely correct. I don't know a lot about Mike Rogers. Obviously, I don't know if he's any very good at England in Michigan. You can tell me if Mike Rogers is any good. But if you want to have some normal people represent you in Michigan, just vote for Mike Rogers. Don't vote for this fake fuck El Sayed. He's not a real doctor. He never completed his residency. He doesn't have a medical license. He says he wants to tax the 1%. He is the 1%. He has a net worth of over $2.1 million. He says he hates private projects. He's got free private properties in the Middle East. He says he hates landlords. He is a landlord. He also is a sympathizer to Islamic terrorism. So, don't vote for that fucking guy. He basically doesn't want to have any immigration. Wants to get rid of ICE, so he doesn't care. He basically just, doesn't care about immigration. And he says all Medicare for all, but does he realize that you're going to get taxes? You're going to get taxed for Medicare for all. It's going to come out of your wages. So basically, he just wants more tax increases for you. And he basically wants to tax more of you. That's basically what he fucking means. So. He's just another fucking cancer that just basically just weaponizing identity politics with a fucking war that's going on in the fucking Middle East. It's not even a problem. That's all of these kings. They just exploit the fucking sand wars. But then when they ask them what solution would you have, Israel bounced at one-state solution, two-state solution, they can't give an answer because they don't know either, because they don't know about Israel Palestine. They just use it to weaponize the Democrat Party and the Republicans. It's basically what it is. But like if you're the Democrat Party and you want to, have Michigan in your back pockets, you would want to have Haley Stevens, to be your nominee. I've seen some clips of Haley Stevens. She kind of looks like a crazy person. She's kind of a weird person. I don't like that she's taking like a lot of money from APAC, but at least she's not a fucking socialist or anything like that. I don't know a lot about her. I've just seen some clips of her. She kind of just looks like she's a little bit out there. But yeah, when I've seen some like different polls with both of them, if Haley Stevens was like the nominee, she would win. She would be ahead. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I don't know what happened there. I was gonna say was before all of that. If Haley Stevens was like the nominee, she would be ahead by like 1 point over Mike Rogers. If it was El Sayed, he would lose by 10 points. So if you're the Democrats, you want to basically have the Democrat majority in Michigan, you wouldn't have Haley Stevens in. She gives you the best chance to take Michigan over fucking El Sayed. He gives you a worse chance to win. So, this might be there. Vote for some normal people, man. We gotta remember these fucking tanky socialists only win in deep, plus win blue states like New York. Probably gonna be in California eventually, probably soon. They occasionally win their primaries, but it's extremely rare that they win the general election because their policies are fucking insane. And the problem is, the independents are gonna be all for that fucking socialist stuff. The only time that like a socialist tanky got it into the government was like AOC. It was like AOC, Rashid Tlaib, and Elon Omar. But they're both like Minnesota's a fucking tanky state. So is New York. But they would never do well in purple states. They would never do well in conservative states. They would not. So that's the phase. And I don't think it seems to happen. Hopefully these tankies don't get in. My goal is to not have these tankies get into office. Like I just want like normal conservatives and normal Democrats and also libertarians to be in the government, not these fucking tanky fucks commies. That's just like my opinion on that. Alright, that's wasn't really like a lot like great articles to look at. Kind of surprised. Probably be like better articles. You think it'd be a Monday with like like better articles. Since there wasn't a lot of great articles, we're gonna watch a bunch of these videos. Since there wasn't a lot of articles to like read, and I got on early, I'll watch a couple more. I'll watch a little bit more Fox News videos. Normally I watch like 3 Fox News videos. I'll watch like 5. I'll watch 5 Fox News videos because a lot of them are pretty short anyway. So I'll just do that. Then after that, we can go look at different racks, after that. God, my nose is all blocked up. I don't know why I just have fucking allergies, man. So,
Roby, last time you played, never mind, don't worry about it.
Is this like a fucking compilation? Yeah, I think it's like a compilation. I did watch the 5 today. So
What I do every night, brother, it's the best.
Trying to see what we can look at here. Anything really important? I'm not gonna look at the Iran stuff. We've talked about the Iran stuff. It's just gonna be the same thing fucking over and over and over. We could go look at this. This is pretty crazy. So basically on Sunday, RFK went on Dana Bash's show. She's on CNN. She's on CNN for many years. And like last week, everybody was talking about Fauci. When Fauci testified to Congress, his diaries have been, they've released, about his diaries, and it's like Dana Bash gone in with RFK about basically, COVID and basically about the measles vaccines, all that shit. Super defensive. So we're gonna look at it, just kind of react to it. I saw some of the clips of it, so those, you know what?
But this was Green Bay.
We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this. Why not? We're gonna watch this. We'll watch like a couple of Fox videos, right? We're gonna get into this one. So we'll see what this. We'll just get into it.
And so that's the frustrating part, because I'm sure Cincinnati did that last year, Joe. Because lost to Washington, lost to the Patriots.
Oh, that's gonna show the fucking clips of it.
They got all the way to the championship game. And Green Bay might be in a situation that the NFC is going to be very competitive. I think the Rams are going to be there when it's all said and done. The 49ers, they got solid defense. They're doing a great job. They get some of these guys will come back and get help. Yeah. So I don't know when Brandon Ayuk's going to come back, but he's coming back. Kittle, he'll be back. Pierce always played really well. He's doing an unbelievable job. And Kyle's going to be able to dial it up. And so obviously the Eagles are going to be right there when it's all said and done. We all believe Detroit's going to be there when it's all said and done. So the NFC, you're going to look back and like, damn.
Circus actually. I said I had to upload my Twitch VOD.
That's what you really want that home game.
Can you guys hear all right?
A lot of credit to Cleveland Browns because that defense was sensational. They got after Jordan Love. They made it very uncomfortable from the very first snap.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. It's over COVID. It's basically about, the Fauci stuff, from last week. Then he gets about the measles vaccine.
Because I believe in our two quarters that we are going to rock you. And they play ball just like that.
They get after you. They get after you and give them credit. And they get on the win. They get in the win column. And then 65 yards walk. I say it's a 55-yard walk. Like I said, Ocho, these guys got legs now. They used to be,
Man, not very good look for CNN at all. Both, or even both, not a good look for both of them.
3 times you guys were too busy singing and dancing. All this Luke years, I'm just grabbing it for now, so I have something better than.
What did they do to my boy? What did they do? Oh, you're not dead? I thought he died. I thought he was dead. The actual death. With the bullet, son. I could have bet everything you get to get 100%. That gap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe.
I got COVID twice. And second time I got COVID, my started crashing. All my 6 month diabetes came out. So.
That trend continues today. Indiana Jones looks like a different guy. After going 7 for 9, 130 yards on the touchdown pass and lead 10 yards downfield today. He's not completing 65% of such throws this season. He completed 50% of them in his first 6 seasons. Colts have punted just once this season. They scored on 77% of the offensive possessions. That's the highest mark for any team in the first 3 games in the past 45 seasons. the Colts are one of 4 teams to not commit a turnover this season. Indiana Jones.
Good as shit.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how David Jones is playing out. The New York Giants wrote him off. All the things that were said. The media.
Oh, right here, right on us.
It's great to see. It's great to see that the Colts have found their quarterback. Only week 3, but what they've done so far, he might be the answer. He might be the answer. He might be the quarterback that's been missing since I'm excited for them. I'm excited.
I think the Vegas going to choke because they're so well rested when they get on the field. So that means the offensive possession. Now all of a sudden we bet our ears back. We're not tired.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that think the Bash guy with RFK. Like I've been like.
So now when they get on the field,
I don't agree with a lot of stuff RFK says. RFK is. I don't like some of the comments like RFK is like nail vaccines fast. I do like that he's got like some the food dyes. Out where food. In our backs like beef tallow like style.
He's done it before. So
Sorry.
Sorry,
my allergies are bad. Sorry. But yeah, but I like what he's like, done taking some like the, some like chemicals out of the food or agree on like on that. I didn't agree. I'll tell you something I don't agree with him on. So I don't agree with some of his stance like on vaccines. Like I don't agree with his opinion about with the autism thing that Tom causes autism. There's like no evidence that shows that Tom causes autism. I think it just creates like fear for women that are afraid to like take Tylenol because it's gonna fucking make their kids get autism. Also, RK just done some weird stuff where he cut your racket's dick off for an experiment.
He's the DC of the Jets.
He's had some weird conspiracy theories about some certain vaccine, like the measles vaccine. I think it was against. I don't know if he's against the polio vaccine. I think he's against a lot of. He's basically anti-vax. I just don't really trust to have an anti-vax guy being in charge of the HSS, and they've made a lot of cuts in the HSS, and there's reason why the explosive diarrhea epidemic's gone really bad, and we're gonna look up later why measles rate's gone so high. I'll look up later. It's just some stuff they've made. It's just I don't particularly agree with it. It just makes Dana Bash look like a retard, just constantly just getting in with him. CMS lost a lot of credibility over the last couple of years. It just makes them look more stupid, in my opinion.
We got to see Mike Evans. He went out with an injury, but at some point in time, they're going to get Chris Godwin back. I don't know if he keeping one eye on the game and watching 3 or 4 other games. Yeah. But eventually he's going to come back and be play. So maybe he can hold more down.
Allergies are fucking bad today. Sorry, guys. It's always around this time of year my allergies get so fucked up. Always around this time of year, man. Always around August, dude. Alright, sorry about that. See what else we get. Okay, we just finished looking at that. What's this?
I think they're going to be all right for the receiving position.
Wait, we look at this. This is what this is about. Kelly, she's all right, but he's talking about AOC. Yes. I don't think that's really an important one. Just only talking about AOC. This one's kind of important. Saints. The Saints joins America's newsroom discussing about Dr. Fauci's personal diary and COVID-19 pandemic policies. Stevie talks about because he said last week he's going to investigate Fauci since he can't be since his party doesn't go to like the state level. So we have to wait and see what he says.
Yeah. You want to sign this thing?
That's right.
That is so nice.
Yeah. Baker about to get a monster.
2026 gaming.
Baker about to get 50
I
bucks.
see him going back.
He deserved it, huh?
He deserved it.
He deserved it.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what he needed because he went to chase his check.
I don't see this guy over here anymore.
Did that count for you?
Yeah, it was pretty bad that people got sent. We're not questioning about like during COVID.
He didn't realize at the time.
He says.
Carolina did him a favor.
Wait, how are you getting kills for him?
Got him here.
Because it is shared
Got him in
now.
a better spot. Sometimes,
26 game.
you're not gonna move.
I like the Sanchez. He was originally my first choice. Hope he runs for president again. Tell fell through again. Well, I think that's how I would try to fell for him.
Look at what he's been able to do. Since he's been in Denver, since he's found the home, since he's found an organization, Jason White, Todd Bowles, believe in it. They'll allow him to be Baker Mayfield. He can't be anything other than Baker Mayfield. Some people call it cocky, call it whatever you want.
Sanchez did a great job during COVID. What do you mean? He kept his feet. He did a good response to handling fucking COVID with his economy, dude. Such a fucking retard.
Placed in the same situation. They allow him to be him, therefore they get the best out of him. And it's been unbelievable to watch. It's been unbelievable to watch. Because even in his best, he didn't look like this in Cleveland.
No, not at all.
But, what you gonna say, Ocho?
Yeah, I was gonna say shit. Damn, Joe, they look like this in New York.
No. No, he didn't. But you get somewhere they believe in you, Ocho. And sometimes all it takes is somebody to believe in you. You want somebody to believe in you. Yeah, I believe in myself. But if I believe in myself and you're not giving me the opportunity, or you keep trying to tell me I need to be somebody that I'm not, that's I can't. I'm trying to. Oh, here it is.
Real player.
Tyrod played well. He was 26 and 36, 197, 2 touchdowns. He didn't throw an interception. Baker was 19 and 29, 233, 1 touchdown. Only got sacked once. They ran the ball 34 times for 122 yards. So we'll see how.
He did say that.
Mike Evans is down.
The full-blown narcissist.
But I think if
Big fucking narcissist he was.
Chris Godwin back, I think they'll be just fine. They have Sterling Shepard, who was a starting receiver for the Giants, who seems to be coming back. I think he tore his ACL a couple of years ago. He finally starts to look like the Sterling Shepard that he was early in his career at the Giants. He's starting to look like that guy again. So obviously Bucky Irving and Rashad White being able to run the football, that definitely helps their running game. But all that's fine and good. It's Baker in that defense that's going to Baker throwing the ball in that defense. Todd Bowles, we know Todd Bowles can call defense.
I just got grenaded by a
and he got guys to take Davis as well. Peter Vale, Jamel Dean, and Antoine Winfield Jr. He plays. He's all over the field. He's all over the field. He's a hard player. Let's be real. Yeah, but the cream of the crop in the NFC side. I wish there's something. Ocho. They get that thing together. And they cut Young Wayne. They might need to get it back. Have you left yet?
Hey.
Oh my
Oh yeah, we saw this. Yeah. Dude's a fucking lying weasel, man. Oh my god.
on your
You
foot.
know that was no armor.
That's a whole lot of pressure,
I
man.
bet you get armor in that last spot.
Well, we don't have pressure enough to get your ass in position so you can have the pressure on your leg, your foot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
One thing got pressure, he got to throw the ball. Offensive line got to have pressure because they got to make sure they got to get beat. If we got to back and fumble, we got the pressure. We got to make sure we catch the ball and not pop up in there and get picked off. So everybody get them pressure. Everybody got to deal with something.
Right there.
Bring your ass out there and kick that ball through the upright.
Well, listen, Fowler said, Arthur Blank, if you need a kicker, you need a consistent kicker. You got one right here.
Somebody get the Atlas a pair of eyes.
I mean, they ended up taking Penix out and put first cousin in. That ain't good, Joe.
Hold on, see, that's what's on the 2 games I couldn't see.
He was bad. Penix was awful.
Was that bad?
He was
Terrible.
You did not have to do that, brother.
Terrible. Capital T.
Because
Damn.
I
One
you
game.
buy it as a
One
market.
game.
Thank you, brother. I don't know what that
Hold on.
Cheers.
It was that bad, but they had to put goddamn
I truly hope that was
Bad. Ocho, he was awful.
Korea, my boy.
Right.
Thanks for
Like,
you
what the
do
hell
a great
was-
spell, big man.
Yeah.
You do a great spell.
He was underthrowing, he was throwing pigs, he was all over the place. It was not good. It was not good. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about the Falcons. Beat the Falcons 30-0. Last time the Falcons beat somebody 30-0.
It would have.
It was the Atlanta Falcons. They shut them out week 17.
I hate it. I'm
Carolina
trying
put
to
the clamps on
tell
the
you.
Falcons. 11 quarterback pressures through 3-quarter. Limits Michael Penix Jr. a very inactive day. Ineffective day.
Please investigate him, dude. Investigate Fauci. Put him in jail. Put him in jail. Put that motherfucker in jail. Put that rat in jail. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Fauci would say that DeSantis was a disgrace and dangerous. Bro, DeSantis literally didn't, do the mandate with, like schools. He was literally like the first state to reopen up the state. They're like one of the only few states their Congress was like thriving during COVID. They were like one of the first states to go back to full 100% capacity. They didn't have all these rogue mandates. And also it's just fucking crazy that that Fauci's backtracking a lot of shit he says. He just basically just used it as attention to make himself look like a fucking narcissist. He wanted to be the center of attention. Also, he was. He did 6 magazines. They, also he started the pandemic. He recommended to Trump that he should do a nationwide, mandate shutdown. They police say, oh, I didn't say that. They say, oh, you should wear a mask. Then a couple years later, I never said that. 6 feet, all that crap. And also, it was just super retarded that also, I said this like last week that you weren't allowed to have a different opinion about COVID. You get censored on social media. If you went on spoke, they like interviews with mainstream media, and you're on there and you had different opinions, they would basically cut your mic and basically trying to cancel you. It's like people losing their jobs if they were, questioning COVID, if they didn't want to get the vaccine. COVID, got super political. It was, a lot of these states were weaponizing. A lot of these states were literally weaponizing COVID against, basically against their own people. There's neighbors weaponizing their own neighbors. Because we had in Texas, where there's literally people made Facebook groups just literally spy on people and take a picture of their license plates and report them to the fucking cops if they basically left the county or something like that. Some of these county judges, went super rogue and basically felt like they had more power over the governor, and they were putting people in jail for trying to open up their business, just make a life. It was just basically we lived for a short time under authoritarianism. Basically, that was fucking fascism at its finest during that point. It was a very scary time. It was a very crazy time. I hope that the DeSantis prosecutes and goes to jail. You realize you realize that DeSantis actually falls through and puts Fauci in jail, he would guarantee himself will become the nominee for the Republican Party in the next election. It would really help the Republicans. You'd be like, oh wow, the Republicans actually prosecute Fauci. You know, the Republicans approve him to go back up, and if DeSantis did it, he would be the absolute runaway nominee. Because a lot of people were affected by it, because my family was. I lost both of my grandparents to COVID. Wasn't able to see them during during that time. So, it ruined some parts of my childhood. It ruined my last semester of middle school. It ruined my freshman year of high school. I was getting anxiety, during the shutdown because we were stuck at home. It affected us financially. My dad was out of work for a year. It was just a really, really bad time. And I blame this fucker right here for causing that. So yeah. I'm sorry. Hopefully, DeSantis falls through on that, puts him in jail. I would love to see that, but we have to wait and see. Analogies are so bad today. I don't know why. Let's find another one. Good. Mike Pence on there.
He's not that guy. He hasn't been that guy for an extended period of time.
Hilarious. Now it's Biden. What's this one? Trying to find another good one to look at. Try something the midterms or something like that. Not the Iran shit. See what this one is. Alright, this is about the midterms. Alright, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this one, and after we watch this, we're gonna watch this after we watch this. Alright, so watch this, and we're gonna watch that. Then we'll get into the reacts after that. Alright, guys.
I said that. Until
Vote her out. Vote him out. Vote him out. Vote him out. Don't re-elect her. Don't vote her out. Well, we can. Wow, midterms are in 92 days, man. We're getting closer, boys. They told us on again. It's funny how they tell us on every day now. It's like their main punchline. James Carville. It's kind of crazy. This is the only time I'll ever agree with James Carville about these fucking commies, dude. I still think Carville's an idiot, but I definitely agree with him on that. It's the only time I'll ever agree with James Carville. Only time. What's my name? Shades at his house. Bro, John Emily is so hot, man.
No, it's way more.
Oh, this is Joe Manchin, is the West Virginia governor, or former West Virginia governor. Yeah, he's former. Oh, he's a senator. Fuck, I thought he was a fucking governor. Was he the governor at one point? I can't remember, dude. I don't live in West Virginia.
In this game, Mojo, Travis Hunter played more defensive snaps, 41, than offensive snaps, 35 for the first time.
Yes. True. He's an independent. He was like a Democrat, right?
Yeah, buddies feel like you gonna cut back inside these spot up out of there.
Patrick, the fuck's better than that?
Yeah, but I'm trying to put my finger on it. What is it with CJ?
Case, you want to split a case?
Maybe.
Wait.
We put too much expectations on it because of the season that he had his rookie year, Ocho. Maybe we expected a little bit too much.
There's tags.
After his first
really
year.
good.
But he had
Don't vote for him. Vote her out. Vote him out. Vote him out. Vote him out. Don't vote for her. Don't re-elect her. Don't elect this person. Get rid of these people. Get rid of these fucks. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Mike, if you guys live in those states, do not vote for these people. Okay? Do not vote for them. Get rid of them. Like that. Get rid of them.
I'm not making the covers adjusted based on where you line up. Now we have him. Now
it's a replay.
The point of being great, being good at your job is when they know you're coming and you still get the job done. That's where now it's easy to surprise somebody to know when you're right.
I literally
And then you continue to do it year in and year out. You're consistent at it. That's the problem.
And the thing is that CJ has expectations now.
13 hours ago.
You have expectations.
Yes, I know, and I was.
You look at that team. You have Will Anderson Jr. You got
Who's this chick?
You got Stingley Jr. You got
This is the first I've ever seen her.
Bro, you got expectations. They expect you guys to win the division, go in the playoffs, make a deep run. That's the expectations that you did based on what you did your rookie year. So this is what you've done. This is what you want. You want that guy. You want those level of expectations. Because if you're not a good player, you don't have expectations. And for you to have the kind of expectations because of the way you play and the talented team they have around you, yeah, they can get better offensive line play. But CJ hasn't played well.
There's nothing wrong with getting together and eating mac and
Yeah,
cheese.
he have a game here or there. But consistency is the thing that makes us who we are when we deal with that sport. It's the consistency. It's the game in, the game out. Everybody know you're not going to play for 300 yards every single game. You're not going to score 3 touchdowns. But it's the consistent play. He's been very, very inconsistent. He's been up and down, up and down. And he's going to have to find a way to level this thing up and get some calm. But I'm surprised if you would have told me that he was going to play like this start the season. I wouldn't have believed it, Ocho. I wouldn't have believed it. Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. Patriots committed 5 turnovers and an unofficial 6 after being stopped on 4th down at the final minute. Drake May lost the fumble for a pick. Ramondre Stevenson coughed it up 2 fumbles, 1 at the goal line. Both players turned the ball over the inside the Pittsburgh 2-yard line. May had also thrown 2 more passes. It could have been big that we dropped by the Steelers. Last time the Patriots lost 4 fumbles in a game was against the Cleveland Browns 1992 when Bill Belichick was the coach of Cleveland. Last time they had 5 turnovers in a game, Mike Vrabel was on the field with them week 13, 2008, also against the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers was pressured only 4 times, wasn't sacked on 23 pass attempts. Rodgers passed his former teammate, Brett Favre, number 4 all-time in touchdown passes with 510. Now, Rodgers only trails Peyton Manning, 539, Drew Brees, 571, and Tom Brady, 649. Yeah, I think Tom Brady's on the same.
Yeah.
We had the
That was a good game today.
It was good. It was.
That was a good game today.
The Patriots, bro. I mean, Ocho, they fumbled the ball like 2-yard line. Ball ended up going in the end zone.
All right, get to this one. After this is done.
No.
I'll give my opinion and we'll get to this.
Come on over here, sit with me, real quick. Come on over here and sit with me. He did not play that.
I am not going to poop for days after that, but it's worth it.
Taking points off the board?
Absolutely. Commanders beat the Raiders 41-24. Marcus Mariota was a efficient running and passing the ball, 40 yards rushing, 207 yards passing. In place of Jay Daniels, who was out due to injury, but the Commanders made big play after big play. Debo Samuel opened the game with a 69-yard kickoff return to set up his first.
Yeah, we got like I've said many times. We gotta stop these people. They want to destroy the fucking country. Like the only thing I'll say, it is a good thing we're starting to get like younger people like running. You know, I do advocate for like younger people to like run for office because I think it's a combination that a lot of people in our government like in their fucking 80s and have like health issues. Just look at Mitch McConnell, man. It's just it looks like a fucking corpse. You look at Joe Biden, it's a corpse. Look at Trump right now. It's just nice to have like younger people, obviously, but I don't want these fucking commies saying because they're just gonna destroy the fucking country. They want to abolish the Senate. They want to get rid of the Supreme Court. They want to get rid of the presidency. They want to get rid of ICE. They want to defund the police. They want to empty out the jails. They want to get rid of capitalism. All that stuff is just fucking psycho shit, and I hopefully that these people don't win in the general. Like some of them, there'll be like a couple that will win the general because like some of them like in a very far left tanky states. Like those three people that that won the primaries in New York like a month ago, they're gonna more likely they're gonna win the general because New York is a very far left state. That's how Mamdani won because NYC is far left tanky city now because there's a lot of immigrants, like a lot of a lot of Muslim Arab populations move over there. And New York is got more far left because there's more like Arabs have moved over to like New York and all that stuff. They'll win the primaries because conservatives do not exist in New York, obviously. But the other ones, like in Michigan's a toss up. Like, because Michigan is still like a purple state. Also, Trump won Michigan in the election. It's always been like Michigan, and basically every election it's been it's like a toss-up swing state. Obviously, it's like a purple state. Michigan's got a high Arab population. Surprisingly, Trump did very well in the Arab vote. The election because it's over the Israel-Palestine stuff, and that's definitely has changed. Since there has been really a solution to the Middle East, obviously. So, but the one in Florida is going to be unsuccessful. He's not even going to win his primary because socialism does not exist in the South. It does not exist in deep red states. If Florida's a deep red state, it'll never happen. You're never gonna see socialism in Texas. Hopefully, I hope not. It's like my states. But you're never going to see in rural states or in deep red states because it's older people are not going to vote for socialism because a lot of them were around during the Cold War, around the USSR and all that stuff. The only time you're going to see these tankies have a big impact is in far left states like in California. You'll see socialism rise over there, like in Minnesota. Where you have Elon Omar's a tanky, same with Rashid Tlaib's a tanky. They're currently in the government, AOC in New York. Also in the government, obviously. But in purple states, they're gonna have a tough time because they're just gonna have a tough time in purple states because the purple states. Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Virginia, it's Colorado and, these other states are going to trust, the established, Democrats over, these, tankies. Sadly, that, might change. Hopefully it doesn't. But, there's probably going to be only, a couple that will win. But most of them will get destroyed in the actual general election. because their policies are just fucking nuts. So, we have to like wait and see the midterms not for like another 2 days. So we have to like wait and see on that. So be be like very interested. All right, so we're gonna look at this. Saw the clips from it. Saw some of the clips yesterday. Saw some of the clips today. And I was like, fuck it. I saw it just recommended while I was watching these Fire Stage videos. And I was like, fuck it. It's only like 21 minutes. We can go watch and see the full context. This Justin Sparks fly when RPA Jr. is pressed on vaccines, pandemic prevention during CNN interview. Let's get into it.
They got lucky, boys. You let those guys off with a little warning that time. We're going back in. We're going back in for it all. We're killing Mr. Lewis and taking his key, putting it in our butthole. Bad luck started when Judy came in? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I love that game. She's like a witch or something.
To be fair, we did get stream sniped though. There were people coming up to us and they were
Where's little P at?
You got.
He's at daycare right now. He's learning the shapes and the numbers.
Shapes and numbers. Infect 3, that's me. Mr. Peanut, today is my girlfriend's birthday. Her name is Mandine. Can you wish her a happy birthday? She's Irish. We accept an Irish joke. Happy birthday, Mandine. I wish her to have brilliant. I hope she has a brilliant day.
I'm not packed full of Irish jokes, Mandine. I don't know a single Irish joke. So you get the standard happy birthday. Happy birthday, magic activities.
Nature made digestive enzymes. The digestive nutrients for daily digestive needs. Try this. What is Spectrum Internet?
I did promise.
It's invincible Wi-Fi that stays on when the power doesn't.
This is the new one, and it's. Let me just unpack this. It's a black man in a KKK hood. Instead of holding up a torch, he's holding up an Afro pick. And the video title is called "Why is Black America So Racist?" This channel is so good. This channel is really one of a kind. And they now have 220,000 subscribers. The other day, they had 170. The people have been waiting for this. Everybody has been waiting for this for so long. The BLM fence? It's not BLM. That's actually from like Black Panthers. Let me ask you a question. Let's say remember if you're going to go somewhere you shouldn't. He gets asked to leave, and instead of leaving, he pulls out a knife and stabs a teenager to death. Do you A, denounce the crime, B, stay silent, or C, give a $500,000? If you chose C, congratulations, you might be a Black American.
To the eastern suburbs and there's a promotion there. Very,
oh my God.
Nothing challenging.
Trying to measure influence among ethnic groups in the U.S. And consistently, the most racist group is Black Americans, with the least racist being whites. Their exploits include, but are not limited to, burning down entire cities because one of them founding the white cult to describe more blacks. It's your coup. The soulless and demonic. Taking an entire month to celebrate their history, mostly without knowing their history. Stealing other cultures' history.
He's right about that. He's right. People, a lot of people were censored for questioning COVID, questioning the shutdown, saying, questioning facts. He is absolutely correct about that. So funny is
Jesus.
yeah, he needs to answer a question about that because that's an interesting question.
Than murder victims. And for those of you who are mathematically challenged, means there are more likely to be perpetrators of interracial violence than the victims of it. Wow, why are they like that? In this video, I
Oh, Jesus Christ. Our media is such a joke. Our media is such a joke, and this entire administration is a joke, man. Jesus Christ, guys. God, I wish we had some serious people in the media administration, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh my God, this is so dumb.
Experience leads to prejudice. No one alive today in America was a slave, and no one was a slave. If it's not that's exactly what they teach. They teach them that the country is still racist, that they're still disadvantaged, and that all these problems are just as real as they were in 1950. And it is a generational level of racism. This is one from
generation to generation.
That's what's happening.
The phone on me is the problem. The media was part of the problem. Denied it's full. This is the ones that watched it for years. As a chronic pain patient, yes, I wanted the doctor to write straight so of course I care. Relative sexual admission that this was good recording me showing their cars in her hands. This was downright disastrous. She should have taken this. Yes. Both are fucking terrible. Seeing stupid arcades being idiots.
White people that don't feel comfortable calling out a black person for being racist.
Oh, this is game. This is. Bro, this is unreal. This is supposed to be an interview, not a fucking debate, dude. This is so bad. This is what's so bad about our media. Our media is so fucking biased. And the people in the administration can't answer fucking questions, dude. It's just so bad. You know, people in the administration get super personal when they get pressed on what they're saying. And same with the media. It's just, oh my God, man. It's such a fucking joke, man. It's such a fucking joke. It really, really fucking is. Oh my god. Should I watch this entire thing, guys, or just give me more of this shit? I might want to see what's gonna how it's gonna add to us. Oh my god.
I think that's a good point too. Is bringing up is that the media was complicit in escalating tensions between the police and the black community, and making black people think that they were going to get killed by a police officer.
Oh my god, this is so bad, dude.
I think that's true, and it scares them. And like again, yeah, you should listen to the media, but some people do, and the media is trying to push this.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna look at why it's going up. We'll watch this, and we're gonna look at why it's going up. This is crazy. 35-year high. I'll look why it's going up before I make a payment.
Fury tree. They're paid. Yeah, they're by the way, there is a betting. Simply being racist against white people is profitable. Yeah, the T20s, George Floyd riots caused billions in damages. And yet, corporate America donated hundreds of millions to the organizations behind it. They push all money to justify programs such as DEI, affirmative action, and talks of reparations. Prisoners on social media can make their livelihoods by simply lying about key social events. Carmelo was innocent. We stand behind Carmelo Anthony. Shut up. Was Shakespeare a black woman? Because look at the same black people. I felt people racist. That way, was supposed to be interesting. Give them no space. A successful blacks, revolution. Successful blacks. From other so black racism. Just anger and of course,
oh my god, this is unreal. We might watch it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the fucking show, dude. The shit show that we're currently watching.
There's a lot of extremely racist black people, and I think the Carmelo Anthony trial was a really great example. I think everybody saw how racist things are. But I think also the issue too is that it's not culturally acceptable to talk about it.
Oh my god, this is dude. Why did both of this shut the fuck up?
Nobody was talking about this in a genuine way, and the majority of people that are talking about it are either racist against black people or racist for black people. So there's very rarely anybody who wants to get involved in this conversation that doesn't have an agenda and they don't have an end goal. So this video gets suspended by YouTube. No, I think people in general
Oh my god, this is unreal. This gets so bad. This gets so bad.
Touch on is the political issue that runs on this stuff. Yeah, well, I think that they kind of did with the news, but yeah, you're right. You see this here. Is this something that I don't know if it is or not. James Tallarico nods an agreement as open news from Anthony's murder conviction, a fucking tragedy. Want to see it?
Our people have been killed. I feel like Carmelo Anthony's case is a tragedy. Excuse my language. But it is. So what are we going to do? It's so hard.
I think go and give him a knife, right? I mean, I don't know really. I mean, he could just be nodding along listening to what she's saying.
Okay,
So like, it's I have to ask this person. Like, I hate James Tallarico. I'll never vote for him. I think Ken Paxton's also a scumbag, but I would vote for Ken Paxton any day of the week over James Tallarico. But I'd vote for Jasmine Crockett over James Tallarico, if you want me to be honest. I really don't like it. Why? Because I think that he's a weird freak. I think he's a weird freak. I don't like the stuff he says. I think he's a self-fighting white person that tries to pretend to, like care about like America or whatever they don't. What's his ideals? One time he was talking about how God is non-binary, talking about trans stuff, etc. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear about how we should let illegal aliens into the country. That's the reason why. He's an emotional politics guy. He is. He wants to transfer kids. Yeah. He wants to trans kids. He's going out the truck after the Bernie Sanders clips. Yeah, exactly right. And I remember this very clearly. This was very embarrassing. I will watch the top video.
He can't be AFK, right? Let's go snatch him. No way. Turns out the guy's just here.
Remember this? Thank you, Seattle, for being activists around cities in the United States of America.
It must be really prepared.
And it just randomly showed up. We're shutting this event down. I'm sure they are.
We are going to let you on the mic. Okay. All right. So
only 2020 or 2021 could something this stupid happen. Oh my God.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna let you on the mic.
It's like a meme.
Well, after Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders.
Oh my God.
After Senator Sanders.
One embarrassment? I know.
You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You are disrupting this event.
Created unnecessary stress and the rest of the success we can have.
We will shut it down. You are shutting it down.
Don't tell them what to do. She screams commands at them. It's because these people think they have the authority to tell everybody else what to do. And they think they derive that authority from their race and their gender.
Oh my God, this is unreal, dude. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Bro, this is unreal. This just turns like a fucking great shit show for an actual interview, man.
Why I think he did that. If they were white men, they wouldn't be up there 30 seconds. Yeah, of course. I think everybody knows that. Yeah, this
Oh my God, this is. Oh my God. Jesus.
Like, what do you mean? It's actually really simple. Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, how do you deal with this? It's actually really easy how to deal with it.
Jesus Christ. What a shit show this has been, man.
And an absolutely horrible night. Nothing went right. I feel like I let myself down, I let the team down, and I let Chef in. I'm disappointed that I didn't get further. I think that's really the biggest emotion I'm feeling right now.
Jessica,
Yes, Chef.
have you decided on your nominees?
Yes, Chef, I have.
Was it difficult?
It's extremely difficult, Chef.
This is unreal.
Our roommates,
Oh
but they've
my
become our
God.
friends.
This
and
is
more importantly,
this
our
is
team.
crazy,
And
dude.
it's always terrible to let our team leave, Chef.
Oh my God.
First nominee and why, please?
My first nominee is Andrew. He was on bench tonight and seemed to have a bit of a hard time getting, the final product out and on plate on time. It affects the entire team, and that's why I nominate Andrew, chef.
Second nominee and why?
My second nominee is Mary Ellen. Today in the kitchen, she had a bad bout with the risotto, and she wasn't able to bounce back as hard as we would have liked.
Jesus Christ. Dude, this is fucking crazy shit, dude.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
I'm so glad I'm watching this, man. This is fucking hilarious. Oh, man.
I kept my mouth shut tonight, chef, and it shows that I'm a learning machine. A learning machine.
Oh, man.
Yes, I got no spinach, got no butter, no squash, and now the fish is overcooked. Now listen, young man, start the table again.
I think being here twice in a row clearly indicates the blue team don't like you. Marianne, tell me why you think you should stay.
Well, chef, this evening I felt like I was doing a very good performance. I was fired until I let myself down, my team down.
Tonight, you shut the kitchen down.
I'm gonna show you boy that again. Stephon Diggs expected to remain with Buffalo.
You got that. Where else he gonna go? Where else he gonna go? That's that boy.
Nothing's coming out, but the table gets served.
Ready for whatever. Mysterious vote indicate there may be some uncertainty. It seems unlikely Buffalo would trade even in some season. Remember now, should the Bills want to keep Stephon Diggs?
Goddamn right you gonna keep Stephon Diggs. He's a top 5 receiver in the NFL, one of the best route runners there is. That have ever played a goddamn game. Steph had a good season last year, 107, 11,083 yards, 8 TDs. What you mean? Listen, if you let Stephon Diggs walk, right, as a Bills fan, as a Josh Allen fan for me, what are you telling the fans?
I think that Chef Ramsay's decision tonight was the wrong decision. I don't believe I was the weak link on the team tonight.
Oh my god. Bro, what a shit show that was, dude. Yeah, we just fucking watched the channel. Bro, what a shit show, man, dude. Oh my god. Both sides were awful. She was awful. He was bad. She was getting... I like it, she was getting super defensive and personal. He went into the fucking questions. He was spewing bullshit. She was just getting all pussyfoot. It's just such a disgrace that we have people in the ministry that just spread propaganda and they get all personal. Can't answer questions when they get pushed back into the ministry, get personal, and it's just so bad. All right, we're gonna go back and we're gonna go watch reacts. I promise that as we do, but I want to see why. We'll look this up real quick. I want to see why measles cases have gone up in the U.S. So this is 35-year high. That's a lot. Why are measles? Fuck measles. There you go. Measles. Cases on the rise. Measles cases are experiencing a significant resurgence globally and in the United States. Health experts attribute to the rise to several primary factors: declining vaccination rates and vaccination hesitancy for a community to have herd immunity against measles, which is highly contagious. About 95% of the population needs to be vaccinated. I got vaccinated for measles when I was a very, very, very little kid. I was like really little. It was one of the first vaccines I got when I was a baby. I was a very little kid. So I'm alright. In recent years, routine vaccination coverage has dropped in many regions. This is largely driven by the growing vaccine hesitancy, skepticism, and spread misinformation regards to the vaccines. RFK spread a lot of that fucking misinformation, and a lot of the far right people are spread a lot of misinformation because over the handling of COVID, you couldn't question the shutdowns. You couldn't question how the country should be open for COVID. You couldn't question different alternatives to the vaccine. Disadvantage just caused a lot of this fucking, all this misinformation and stories when people started to become skeptical to like vaccines because people, then all the far right people saying that vaccines are fake, these diseases are fake, and all that shit. It's just so bad, dude. It's just so fucking retarded. So hopefully one day we go back to actually trust in vaccines. It's just fucking ridiculous. It really is. We have a guy in the, it's charged HSS who doesn't trust vaccines. And what's he gonna do if hopefully it doesn't happen, if another fucking pandemic comes in the next couple of years? He's like, oh, don't worry, guys. It's all misinformation. It was just, I don't know, it was scary. Saying disruption from the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic caused major setbacks in global public health infrastructure, lockdowns, rules, travel restrictions, and overwhelming of healthcare systems led to millions of children missing their routine jobs. So yeah, kids missing routine jobs due to the shutdowns. Scheduled childhood immunizations created a large pool of substantive individuals. International travel importation because the measles was eliminated in many developed countries. Cases are often reintroduced from areas where the viruses are still endemic. Unvaccinated travelers or those who immunity is not fully established can contract the virus abroad and bringing it back, sparking outbreaks in communities where vaccination rates have fallen. Extreme contagiousness. Measles is one of the most highly contagious viruses known. It spreads easily through the air and the surface. When an infected person breathes and coughs or sneezes, and the virus can linger in an enclosed space for up to 2 hours after the infected person has left. If an infected individual enters a community with low vaccination rates, the virus spreads rapidly. Why is the virus? Measles is not just about rash. It can lead to severe complications like ammonia, brain swelling. That's not good. Death, particularly in young children and pregnant women, because on the ongoing surge in cases, public health officials continue to stress the critical importance of being fully vaccinated with the MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. So basically the reason why it's gone up because of basically a lot of kids miss their routine vaccine shots for measles because of COVID. We were all locked in our homes. You could blame the government. You could blame Fauci. Blame the first Trump administration for that too. A lot of the misinformation about how vaccines are bad from people like RFK. And you can say and also Joe Rogan and all the other far right people say that vaccines don't exist, that they're gonna, they're putting microchips in your vaccine so they can track you and all that shit that they're saying is just not even true. And it's also just just disruptions from the pandemic. So you basically just blame the misinformation from COVID because you weren't able to question the COVID. So it's also the media's fault that you weren't able to question COVID. We're gonna look at one more thing and we're gonna do that. Fuck Tylenol. Yeah, I'm not a very good speller, Tyler. Autism obviously does not. What the fuck? This Thailand. Autism. See this? No, there's no scientific evidence that Tylenol causes autism. Of course it doesn't. It's ridiculous that people fucking thought that. Yeah, like also I'm on like the part of the spectrum, like I'm on the lower end of autism, right? You know, I get fixated on certain things, but it's not because my mom fucking had Tylenol. That's just fucking stupid. Like fucking autism runs on both sides of my family. Like a lot of my cousins have autism, dude. It's not because of fucking Tylenol, man. It's just so stupid. While some early observational studies seem to a potential correlation or a slight association between taking Tylenol during pregnancy and a child being diagnosed with autism or ADHD, more recent large-scale studies have shown that it's not a causal relationship. These scientific and medical consensus that Tylenol does not cause autism. 40 following research correlation versus causation. Early studies were also virtual and often relied on mothers' self-reported medication use. Mothers who take Tylenol often do so to treat fevers, pains, or infections during pregnancy. It is likely that underlying illness such as fever or environmental factors represent the Tylenol itself. It carries a neural developmental risk. It's from John Hopkins research. Sibling comparison studies. Some of the largest, most through studies include massive research out of Sweden. Have looked at siblings within the same family. In those cases, even a mother took Tylenol during one pregnancy, but not another. The risk of autism for the children remain the same. This strongly suggests that genetic and familial factors should drive autism risk and not the medication. Tylenol remains the only over-the-counter pain reliever and fever reducer approved by the FDA for use during pregnancy. Experts, including the American College of OB and the American Academy for Pediatrics, consider it safe and emphasize that untreated high fever illness during pregnancy pose a greater risk to develop fetus. This is from the Colombian doctors. Autism is primarily driven by genetics, accounting for about 80% of the risk, while environmental factors are still being researched. So yeah, it's not even true what RK is saying. There's no evidence, no fucking evidence. Everyone knows it's due to genetics. You know, like what's he gonna say? Tylenol causes fucking type 1 diabetes? No, it's due to your fucking genetics, and I think that's just ridiculous that he's causing fear into people not taking the measles vaccine, causing fear not to take like Tylenol because he's spreading bullshit, misinformation that it causes autism. It's just so retarded. I just don't. I think you're just kind of scared that it's just kind of concerted that we have it's head of the charge of our fucking health, and he's he's saying that he's like it's basically anti-vax. He's they've got rid of like a lot of people in the CDC, and they could add a lot of those people in the CDC to figure out why there's like a fucking explosive diarrhea epidemic, and why there's a measles outbreak. Why they chose to get rid of them? It's just so stupid. This is entire administration is full of clowns. It really is, man. It's just I don't know. It's just so stupid. Yeah. See, where does he get the evidence about that Tylenol causes autism? There's no evidence. What is he gonna say? John Hoskins is one of the best teaching hospitals in the country spreading misinformation. One of the best kids hospitals in the entire country spreads misinformation, or the Colombian doctors. One of the best hospitals in the country is constant. It's spreading misinformation. You look like an idiot, man. You just look like a complete utter fucking retard. I know. I'm sorry for rants. I promise we are going to get to the reacts, but it just gets so fucking annoying that people in this goddamn administration just lie so much. They just spread lies It's not even fucking true, man. You get people on the far left and the far right spread so much fucking lies, man. And these people are taking over the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. It's just like, can we just get some normal fucking people? That's all I want. Oh my god. Alright. Sorry for ranting, man. That just got me. Oh, that just got me going, man. No, but that fucking interview was embarrassing to watch. It was a shit show. Alright. Sorry, I kind of got going there for a minute. Alright, guys. Have you looked at all that stuff? Let's go get some reacts. I'm not gonna watch that today. You know what? We're gonna watch that tomorrow. We're gonna watch the Reckless Man interview tomorrow because I want to look at some, also other reacts. What is this? I don't know. See if Charlie's posting anything. Post anything. Something like that. Watch. I don't know what. We just hate these dumpsters. I don't really care about that. It's kind of retarded. This is kind of retarded. Okay, it's not that important to look at.
Sam Darnold last year with a $13 million cap hit. This year, Sam's a $38 million cap hit. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. 7 of the 8 highest quarterback cap hits last year missed the playoffs.
You've made a lot of people happy. I'm very proud. You've come a long way.
LeBron James is the most influential player in NBA history, and here's why. Adam Silver said,
this is about Gears of War.
The schedule right. And then LeBron made a decision. And 2 days later, they announced the 76ers will play in the professional TV games. That's what the New York Knicks just being crowned champs. And Wemby's going to be the face of the league. And 41-year-old LeBron will have more games on TV.
I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Yeah. I should go to the bathroom real quick, and then I will be right back.
LeBron James is the most influential player in NBA history. Here's why. Adam Silver said we're waiting for LeBron to make a decision because we want to get the schedule right. And Silver said we're waiting for LeBron to make a decision.
Back to my stream. Sorry, I can't hold it anymore. No, I can't hold it anymore. I should have stopped it. Whatever.
Houston Texans defense should now become a generational defense. Nathaniel Hatter plus Will Anderson was football. Aziz Al-Dair was already a Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber linebacker, and then that secondary you could easily suggest is the most
massive pieces of steak.
Super Bowl championship experience from the Philadelphia Eagles. So,
Alright guys, sorry I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, now let's get back into it. So it's just like I used definitely not as much as Nick. Like Nick, he's competed, in Gears of War's professional Gears player back in the day, like in the, like in the, early 2010s, late 2000s. So let's see what's going on with Gears. I haven't played a Gears game in a long ass time. I can't remember the last time I actually played a Gears game. So we have to see.
He's just
Josh played Gears again on my stream.
He like making fun of Tennessee and I was okay. Lane Kiffin the same way. He can't stop. I don't mind Signetti saying, you know what? We're a little old Indiana. We just went 16-0. I'm gonna push back. I kind of like it. What do you make of it?
I've known Kurt Signetti since he was at Pitt and I was at Notre Dame, and I don't want to use the word awkward, but he's just a different guy, and I really attached to the guy. We hung out recruiting, we hung out at dinner, and we stayed somewhat in touch, and then kind of lost touch for a while until I remember he was at Alabama. I believe he was at Alabama.
Damn it, did it again?
We played him when I was
Sorry, guys.
No, I think he's great. I think he's very. I think there's a lot of genius behind what he does. A little bit like Spurrier. Spurrier, you would look at him and listen to him and say, what in the hell did he just say? But then you think about what he does, there's a reason behind it. I think I got so much respect for Signetti.
Yeah. I was looking at, obviously, the Big Ten the last 3 years. It's indisputable. If you look at the bowl record, if you look at the playoff record, if you look head-to-head Big Ten SEC, they pulled away. It's not subtle. It's not nuanced. Big Ten right now at the top's better. And I think this is the best team to the
That's better. Oh, that's so much better.
Would be my favorite one at all. And I think also something that's hurting me.
Bro, that was kind of badass. I might have to play this, maybe. I can't even remember the last time I played Gears, dude. I think the last time I played Gears game was like 2014. It was me and my friend played it like last time we played it, so no, I've not played Gears since then.
When did you notice? Wow, the gap is closed. Because I remember 6-7 years ago, I watched only Ohio State to me looked like an SEC. After that, it wasn't the same. When's the first time you looked and said, well, the Big Ten's caught up?
No, not even close. Not even
I think the new in my career, you had Penn State, you Wolverine, areas that were starting to look like SEC looking teams. I mean that.
That's such a crazy.
Not just the size of
That's such a crazy way to phrase
the word Big Ten.
that
The
issue.
difference is the athleticism up front. That's always been the SEC advantage.
Yep. You say
And I would like to say that Ohio State was the
Ask
first
me
team
why
that
you would
brought
not
the SEC mentality recruiting to the Big Ten. But obviously, James Franklin was a great recruiter, spent time in the SEC, and just those three teams started looking very SEC-ish.
Well, you just did, man. You just said
Washington.
And we know who's on the crime in Chicago.
UCLA, not so much UCLA as far as their talent right now.
about that.
In
We
the
get to
last
say
3
whatever
years
we
when
want on the
Wolves
internet. We get to
won the
deny the
national
Holocaust. As
title,
far as
that's
Jews
what I
are
said
concerned
weird.
in
Now
general,
that
I think
looks
that
like
everybody in the
those are
country should be
guys
treated with
that
dignity and
I
respect
have
and have
this
their civil rights. What do you think
also
about
the Big Ten stadiums
Personally, I
are
don't like
very
for
SEC
example, on
like.
4th of July,
We're
when he
not.
takes
When
the
I was hired in
opportunity to sit there with,
2012,
let's be
I
honest, not a single one word said about fucking Donald Trump.
teams
This
were
is
close.
I have to try this.
Venues were close.
Hey,
Passion,
comment down below in the chat if you want me to play this on stream, like on Twitch.
Another issue. It's so funny, actually. But maybe it's by design.
When it does come on, I might have to give it give it a shot.
I don't know if anybody watched that first episode of our stream. Maybe for
And so if you're the
and
quarterback,
one of the big issues that
Kyler
Son had
Murray,
with Charlie Kirk was
for
that
that
Son
organization,
was not able to
they haven't
deal
paid for
with a
good offensive
non-neocon
lines. In
conservative.
the 6-7 years Kyler Murray's been there, the
His
average
first
O
Charlie
line
Kirk was like
ranks
he was a
about
Bush
18
era
to
conservative.
20.
And even back then,
They've had failed
the
head
whole
coaches
Tea
where
Party
they've
movement
hired
kind of
coaches like Cliff
twisted off
Kingsbury
from
that didn't
big
work as
pro
college head
corporatist,
coaches.
pro big business,
They
pro
they
foreign
almost
policy
have the
intervention
fourth best
Republican
overall
Party.
roster
And I
in
think
their
that
own
when people look
division.
at like people like
Almost
Fuentes, I don't know if people are capable of actually debating in
It's
terms
just
of
difficult.
actual
They've had
populist
one Pro
conservative.
Bowl
I
offensive
think
lineman in
they're
the
going to have so
Kyler
much
Murray
crossover
era.
on agreement.
I think there's one of the
Here I
8
go,
teams
Jeff
during that era like that have just had one Pro Bowl. Just bought Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, same thing. Bengals owner.
Everything that we
Arizona
think
owner.
about the way in which we exist in the world.
And
if we
sometimes I think fans don't realize that. So Kyler Murray now
You can't live your life without
goes to a
everything that AI is built on is art. That's what they're
Brian
stealing. I want to
Flores,
find common ground
very
of comics
expensive,
book
great
shit and
defensive
Donald Trump.
coordinator.
We can get
Kevin
there. We can
O'Connell,
get there.
offensive
Okay.
coach, Minnesota. They're paying a big money. This is all Sean McVay.
Dude,
They're
this
paying
is like
Justin
the
Jefferson.
most
They'll pay
frustrating
the
thing.
left
We just
tackle.
got to it.
So I think he's going to be really successful. And I think all quarterbacks are a product of their
meta
environment.
ideas, which oftentimes in the past were annoying as fuck to talk about. But now they're like, it's really important to understand that like this finding common ground is not always good. People think that if you have like common ground, then you should focus on that. And in some ways, the common ground is more dangerous than the separated ground because the common ground means you can way more in common with the other person than you actually do. Right?
He's going to flourish.
Nick
More
Fuentes
stability,
and
more
his
money,
people
better
are not happy with
teammates.
Donald Trump. But it's not because of the reasons why
big
your people
example.
or our people or us are not happy with
This is
Donald
how
Trump.
good.
Donald
I
Trump
don't think he's going to
failed
be
to
as good as
deliver
Sam
on
Darnold
all
in
of the radical
Minnesota.
shit that
But I
Fuentes would have
said,
wanted.
here's
It's not
my
because,
prediction
it's not
for the
because
numbers that Kyler Murray will get
he's not
first
like
year with
pro
Minnesota.
democracy or whatever the fuck.
So his career path.
It looks good so far. I've been very, it's really good, man. You know, the multiplayer looks good. The guns look good. It's just, I definitely want to try it now. You know, when does it come out? See, let's see when it comes out. If it comes out like, you know, like in a couple, like month or two or something like that, November, I definitely want to play it. So, because I can't wait, I want to play some new games on stream. I'm kind of tired of playing certain games I play now on stream. So,
I would be worried that my opinion is being used to legitimize something that I don't believe in at all.
You get selfish.
Like if I feel like I'm being brought onto a podcast and then I get the feeling that like, wait a second, you're a great salesperson, your opinions, then no, now I'm going to be more adversarial than I would otherwise because I don't want to give the impression that
I don't trust anybody in the building.
Something that I would want my audience to support.
That's a very common human trait for driven, aspirational,
you live in a pluralistic society
don't
and you have
trust
to
the
work through
leadership
this
around. I don't think he's ever trusted leadership.
There are certain things that we have to be able to
perfect.
accept in society that where we are going to have to accept that some people disagree with us. That's true. But there are some things that we should never disagree on. So, like a really basic code of rule of law. All of us should agree that we all have to like follow the laws. There's not a rule or disagreement there. There's no real
like the background school. Oh, dude, I'm gonna try that. They try this fucking. They're trying to gun a fucking knife. I'm gonna try that thing, dude.
You know, time heals wounds. It's a lot of kumbaya.
It's kind of like some of the things I can do.
But I mean, specifically because we kind of share.
What happens if there's a 3-game skid? Everybody loves everybody now in August. Do you think it's mended, it's healed, and this is going to be
Andrew's probably just, I am not.
final year for Rodgers, or what happens when they go into
Okay.
losing streak?
We have a publicist that you could that you said that you wanted to talk to someone who would give you kind of a fair shot to like clear up some things and maybe some misconceptions about you and things you believe.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's
I'm sorry,
I think like you actually have you realized that people have this accent like when you go to this event? I can't tell right
Oh, I'm definitely trying to fuck out of this, dude. We have to see when this game comes out.
It's just when you listen to a person speak, it's not going to pick up.
Let's see when it comes out.
You also notice that like if you're at home or whatever, and your mom's calling you.
Oh! Wait, whoa. When is it coming out? Fuck, I just think I just went this. Early access is April 10th. Fuck! Oh, won't be able to play the access. I'll be in the UK. Damn it, man. I'm gonna be in the UK. I'm gonna be in the UK, man. It's alright. I'll have to play. I'll have to play when it officially comes out. Damn, man. Damn it. I'll just have to wait till it fully releases because I'm gonna be in the UK, so around that, around that time. So, damn, man, it's like, shit, I wish it came out like when it came back.
I never thought money mattered. The bronze people said that.
One of those, and I'm
I
tired of
thought
pretending
Golden
it's not.
State
So
and
what's the thing
Cleveland
about, I
were
guess,
more
traditional Nazis
comfortable
that
and
you think
made
you
to
should
choose that.
Well, it's
But I said I thought Philadelphia was the only team he could choose.
I mean, look, I
And
believe that
contention
race is real,
was a reality.
as the Nazis
Well,
did. But I don't
that's the
think
case.
they utterly
LeBron
defines
also
person.
said when asked why
Watching
he
race
chose
realistic TV
Philadelphia,
shows,
Mm.
watching commies do shows, where nobody really knows how to play
Nice.
back on them.
they
Okay,
give
it's great.
them the
That's
best
cool.
chance to win.
We'll listen to the mix to that shit. Oh, nice.
Who is going to be
Fernando Mendoza
similar, right?
struggled a
Like,
little bit,
I
even
think
though he got
race
to
is real.
camp a
I
week
know, I
before
didn't
Kirk
know.
Cousins. Cliff Kubiak saying
Okay, well, why do
Cousins
some people
will get the starting nod going forward. Mendoza will have to beat him out. Fernando had a pretty bad practice a couple days ago. Listen, he's going
basically actual
this is an offensive line
the problem with Rick Bill is how did they think that there's some
with protection over the last several years. I
if the
think there's some
prescriptions after
growing
that are like, we
pains.
need
I
to
think
ban
Mendoza's going to end
certain
up
from
being
the country,
a
or we need to shoot certain
high-end
people.
franchise
I feel like they
quarterback.
never quite get to that
Kirk
part.
Cousins is going to beat him out.
As a Christian,
Where
I
Colin
think
was
we're all
right.
created beings. I do believe
Well,
there's
the
such thing as
Dodgers front
universal
office
human
is what scares
community,
people.
and so I think
Payroll
it's a
and
cool
revenue. The
ideology.
Yankees
I've
and the
said this
Mets
on my
have
show, by the
massive
way.
payroll and
Now
revenue.
we maybe
The
do this on
Dodgers
the
went and got
Did you
the
always do that?
best pitcher on the market,
Absolutely.
Terrence
Even whenever you were younger and
for
stuff.
3
I
minor
did,
league
but,
prospects.
You know,
Two
you gotta
of them
recognize times have
mid-round
changed 10 years
picks.
ago.
Man.
Totally
Drafts
different political
and
worlds,
develops
regulation
and
of policing.
creates
Oh, you got a rank mode too. Nice. Put your price out. I'm probably gonna play for that to practice. But I got a rank mode. Let's hope this shit's good.
But again, this is what the Dodgers do. They do what the Yankees don't. Getting value, and even after
Oh, this camo's so good. That purple camo looked really cool. That's probably the best camo out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, the guy's never had an elite O-line in Arizona. One of the cheapest ownership groups in Arizona. And yet he's got a 92 career passer rating. That's the same as Matt Stafford's career passer rating and 67% completion percentage. Haven't we watched this with Sam Darnold? Arizona is the Jets of the West.
Dude, that shit looks so cool, dude.
Arizona's one of them, and I never thought J.J. McCarthy would put up much resistance to Kyler Murray taking over the
Jews ever talk about the 100 million whites that died in World War II?
The Jets and the Giants reportedly Abdul
And so it's just
Carter
nice to
breaking
poke
up
holes
the
in it and
offense.
say,
It has
it's
been
not 6
rough.
million. 6 million? I don't think
Listen, I think this is what I predicted might double your win total team. I think a team every year double their win total. Last year the Giants won 4. I think this year
we're
they
discovering
win
all the time.
9.
So it could
So
be
they are my predicted double the win total team. But it's been an ugly offensive camp. John Harbaugh opens with the Rams in Dallas, so they have to get it dialed up quickly. He also had a cringy team speech that got
6 million
Ooh.
and so it's just
beat
nice
up
to
a
poke
little bit
holes in it and say
online.
it's not 6 million. 6 million.
Dude, Oh man, I cannot wait to play this fucking game, dude. It kind of sucks that the base has to all be in the UK. Oh, I just have to wait till it officially comes out. Man. That's okay. October 8th. Yes. Alright. October 8th is when this game comes out. Alright, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try it on October 8th. We're gonna try it. It looks really good. Like I said, I haven't played years in a really long time. Really long time. Also, it's more interesting, like in COD or like Halo, Counter Strike, just other games like that. But no, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the new Gears game and see if it's like good or not. So it looks really good. Like the mouse looks really good. The guns look good. Some of the camos look nice, especially that purple one. We're gonna give it a fair shot and see if it's good or not. So something new to play. I just want to play new games. I get tired of playing like the same old games over and over and over. That's why I've been playing different games like Game Pass. There's a lot of them on there not so good, but luckily I just really do. So yeah. Alright, we're gonna look at a case of food video. Like I told you guys, many times. That's literally my favorite thing to look at the moment is watching a case of food video. It's just funny as shit. It's funny.
Some of those things that you said, inexperience, except not things that you believe in really good. I really genuinely like behind the scenes that don't get talked about. I've talked about briefly on this show.
Trying to find one. Trying to find one that's like super long. Some of these ones are way too long, man. It's just like. I probably would watch like a long one, but we were watching that RFK interview. I did some research on it, so they were saying. Come on, that's a short one, right? There's really like a 10-minute one. Come on, man.
I love Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold last year was a $13 million cap.
All right, this is from like a year ago, but it's okay. Oh shit! I've already seen this one. Fucking Christ, man! I've already seen that one. God damn it! I've seen that one. Jesus.
Now we know the Trump relation. That's not even true. But at the time, that was the mantra. Problematic viewpoints that lead to silence to tuck away some of the very population. So I think that was the climate where you first got started.
Come on, man. There's not like a short one I could show look at.
And I would say that you gotta get it.
Jesus Christ. Alright, we're just gonna. I'll just do this one. It's just me commentating on this, okay? It's not queso. Sorry, it's not queso, but if I'm gonna watch that fucking RFK interview, you probably should watch the 15-minute one or 20-minute one. We'll watch the long one tomorrow. Alright, let's look at this. Okay. What? Burger. Eat a burger. Popcorn. I like nachos, but I'll eat popcorn. It's my favorite thing from the movies. Oh shit! I see burritos all the time for diabetes, but I'll still eat tacos, but I'll probably eat burritos. I love burritos. I love burritos from like Chipotle or Fuzzies. Neither. I like Fanta. Fanta, you're just basically just drinking orange juice. And I'm not a fan of Sprite. I've never been a big fan of Sprite. It's very rare that I drink Sprite. I would say Sprite, I guess, but I like Ever, to be honest. Oh, mozzarella sticks, not even close. Onion rings are okay, but mozzarella sticks, man, they're so much better. I don't like Ever. I would say gummy bears. I'm not a fan of Ever, to be honest, but I'd say gummy bears.
Something needs to be said for why.
That's hard. I love both. The lighter one is obviously pizza, but I do love, pasta. I'm gonna just go with pizza. Neither. Neither, man. I don't want any of them. Come on. Shrimp. I've had some sushi, but I've never had good sushi, so I'll shrimp, honestly. Oh, 9 o'clock Coke. I have a bunch of Diet Cokes in my fridge, man. The only time I drink Pepsi is when I'm at a restaurant. That's like what they serve. Chocolate cake, not even close. Come on, man. Chocolate cake. Come on. Cod's less fishy than salmon. I do like salmon, but cod's better. It's less fishy. What? Cinnamon rolls. I've never had a macaroon, but cinnamon rolls are so good. I love cinnamon rolls, dude. Pringles. I'm not a fan of Lay's chips. Pringles are better.
Because they got censored, I guess. Like, that's it. Blowing past me in terms of
that's a tough one. I'll probably say sandwich. Fries, come on, curly fries is ass. Normal fries are worse, superior. That's a hard one. That's a tough. I love both. Well, I would have to probably go with donuts. It's a tough one. Coffee. I'll get espressos from Starbucks.
I can't really handle a full sauce. And I do it with no sauce. It's like a million flavor.
Come on, not even close. Nutella shit. Fuck Nutella. Go peanut butter. Mountain Dew. I've had Red Bull once was a fan, but I used to drink Mountain Dew a decent amount when I was still in there. I haven't drunk a Mountain Dew in probably a decade. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. I love chicken nuggets and chicken wings. I'm trying to say chicken nuggets because it's like, I love to worry about the bones. Oh, fuck. That's hard as shit. Hot chocolate, I guess that's a tough one, man. I love both. That's a tough one, man. I love both. I have both all the time. I'll say waffles, man. I love both, dude. Baked potato. I don't like mashed potatoes. Baked potatoes are a lot better. I keep the skin. Apple. I'm not a fan of bananas. What's this? Beaver. Oh, I love both, man. I love chicken and steak. I just had steak for dinner. Steak. I love both, man. I love steak. cupcake. I'm not a big fan of muffins.
I get a discourse about violence because there are ways of enacting violence considered
Raspberries. I have raspberries every single day for breakfast. Basically every day for lunch or dinner. It just depends on me. Yogurt. I have yogurt every single day for breakfast. That with my granola. I love yogurt. I love yogurt. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Tomorrow we'll watch like a longer walk version of like queso, DVDs. I was just, watching that, that RFK interview. All right, now since we did all the reacts on YouTube, we're gonna just look what's going on X. I'm really just look at X in a couple of hours. Times have changed. Just what McDonald's looked like in 87, 97, 2007. And now I know it's funny, I was a year old in 2007. Yeah, the old nostalgia McDonald's, with like the playpans and with Ronald McDonald and with like, the ones that like the steel on the outside and that stuff looks so much better. Have you guys noticed that like Pizza Hut, McDonald's, like Wendy's, KFC, McDonald's all look like a box. They look like a great fucking box, and they got rid of like the playgrounds, dude. Have you guys noticed that? It's crazy. They've lost all the fucking characters for it. It's just kind of crazy. What's this shit? This is Destiny tweeting at somebody. This is whoever it is, Chola guy. Destiny versus his son Discord is the worst. Destiny himself accuses me of beating up the son grunts or in my DMs trying to get me on board with communism. It's tough being a Mallory McMarrow, not good up for either extreme than Destiny. Said the reason why you're on an op is right here in your burial tweet. It saw extremism, relentlessly harass dogs and brigade against any person in the Democratic Party who doesn't fully endorse or his brand of terrorism support of Marxism. Yes, that's exactly correct. So we can do some real quick. So we go through some real quick. I actually agree with Destiny said there. I'll read more of it. Destiny's extremes, I don't think we should either support movements and our party there, although also towards do not support our party. I agree with that. Yeah. Hassan, if you don't agree with Hassan's political opinions or Hassan's movement, he will call you a fucking fascist, he'll call you a neo-Nazi, he'll call you a racist, and his fans will just start bullying, harassing you, doxing you, and just calling you a fucking, a cuck to Israel. They say you're a fascist, you're a fucking neo-Nazi, you're a racist, you're a Trump dick sucker, you're far right. You've seen Hassan's fans literally harass certain people in the government, in Congress, and they've got arrested for harassing. They're his community is the most toxic community in the entire online political space right now. It's not even close, man. Not even fucking close, dude. So he's a big time loser. Everybody knows that. Hassan's a loser. So let's go look at the yeet shit, I guess. Let's go look at the yeet stuff, I guess. That's what that today. The raw fishing part gets the ass out here. Destiny cracks up. What's this? Destiny cracks up and a song is called Black Fans in Detroit. Alright, let's see what the song do.
way to these things with it. So you talk about certain people going too far. About 2.5 months ago, I visited a whites-only community in Harvey, Arkansas. And I don't know why, I guess coming from like a more like left-wing person from Seattle, I kind of assumed there was like a united front on the right for some reason. So I'm out there, I'm chilling with these dudes, sword fighting, having barbecues. I mean, overall, it was a good time for them. I had some connecting with them because I don't know them, but it's all good. I talked to them for a couple days. And then, like, right as I was there, I guess you had hit them up on X or something and said,
God, that fucking laugh so stupid. That laugh is so fucking dumb and retarded. Such a loser. This guy is such a loser. I can't believe people actually. I can't believe these dumbass fucking people want to campaign with him.
In Chicago, New York, and LA, you got certain neighborhoods where it is 90% one ethnicity. I think there's a lot of white people.
True. Fucking retard, loser.
You need to engage with them. Like, especially if they're going to look at things. Like, you have to assume that you need to give these people credit for their political projects, okay? Frankly, he's running video. And you're going to have to assume that whatever idea he's trying to sell you today is not going to be something you can do consistently and just laugh it off. Just say, oh, that's how it's figure. Well, why is it that you can have, like, why is it that we can have like Little Italy and we can have little like Chinatown or all these other
I'm going to the whole practice. No. Oh my god. I'm going to the home of black people, man. What a word of wisdom from Hassan, man. That's awesome. I'm going to the home of black people in Detroit. Oh my god. What? This guy's such a cock. What a fucking
historical fact that they could not move into other neighborhoods.
What a fucking loser. He's such a loser. He really is such a loser, dude. Bro, yeah, there's more black people at fucking AOC's rally than the fake doctors rally, dude. It's just so stupid and dumbass. So I'm going to the home of the black people in Detroit, dude. Just what a fucking loser. Such an annoying cock. It really is. Yeah, I watched this today. He basically did like a mini tier list of like wow. So that.
Because they feel like they're kind of like
pushed
out from the culture or their culture.
So game returns to the App Store. Okay, I didn't know it. I didn't know it disappeared for a bit.
But there's a difference between like the white.
Bro, is this the first time in like in months I've seen this guy not wearing a fucking suit? This is like, no one takes you seriously when you wear a suit, bro. Like, it's just, bro, sneak up on Andrew Colligan's show. You might have to watch that. I hope he presses this fucking grifter. Like, Sneeko is such a fucking grifter. Such a noob. So, Elon says it's before left that come after him, and he will come after them and has finished the job, referring to an article that about Eric Hallford Gam, whatever the fuck that is, who had called him. They called him military target due to his connection to Silver on his son. So I guess his guys had connections with Hassan and they may have done. I'm not that surprised.
Also,
okay, it's just some. Okay, it's just. Elon paints you on this video, the Dark Juvan USA dude. Should we watch that one day? I don't know, maybe. Alright, okay, that's nothing. There's something good on the Yeet today for once, been good. It's Brady's birthday. Oh, area. I'm going to plead the fifth like the absolute coward Tony Fauci. What are you scared of, Tony Fauci? working science. That's funny. Yeah, like Aaron's like, it's promoting a lot of different conspiracy theories about like vaccines and like these, ayahuasca and all that stuff. So it sounds kind of weird, but he said, I love watching him.
You talk about the anger that's out there and the frustration. I think part of
Aaron's actually right. That is so hilarious. Dude, this is literally the first time I've seen Hassan not wear a suit. Hassan says he wants to fill his car with Asian girls and smell their feet. Hassan has also said that Asian women have sideways genitals and a stereotype started by road goers of sex trafficked Chinese victims during encountering gold. Oh. Dude, this is the same guy that called Asmongold a pervert, by the way. Same guy, by the way, dude. And he's called dude. Oh my god, like dipshit. People forgot that Blake 2008 fell reality, house and market collapse, Wall Street in turmoil. Lehman Brothers fell bankruptcy. Bear stirs 4K selling 40%. Lehman Brothers, we might lose this house. IG. Citibank, we need to be careful with every dollar. Gas at 405. House for sale. Then my dumb at the mall. Guitar Hero $50. X $6. Monster $229. Super Pro $10. Original iPhone Holster shares. My gift card, $20. Football, $30. New shoes, $45. That's funny. Yes, I was 2 years old in 2000 there. My parents, had both their jobs turned in, so they weren't even that worried, to be honest with you. But it's kind of funny, like before we, got this house, we were still renting, and we were looking for a house back in 2012. We still saw like a bunch of houses for foreclosure. Even a couple years after the 2008 financial crisis, it's kind of crazy. It affected the house markets for years and years after that. Oh yeah, we go look at this. So basically, Nick Shirley, I watched it. I asked me to go watch the video. Nick Shirley, he was, just investigating all the, the invasion that Spain had a couple days ago, and he almost got attacked by a person. I'll show you guys.
Imagine if you were a 26-year-old black man in 1968 who was 12-year-old being assassinated.
And I saw Charlie Kirk shot, and I didn't see any cities get burned down.
Yeah, this guy wanted to stab him, by the way. He legit had to have a Spanish police take him back to his hotel. That's just how crazy these dumb fuckers are over there.
Right?
Jesus Christ, he's from Rochester. Oh my god. He wants to stab them. Jesus. Yeah, right. Bro, that's absolutely fucking insane. It's funny how the police over there do absolutely fucking nothing. They don't put this guy in jail. They just let them terrorize people. It's pretty fucking crazy. And we've had this a lot, in cities, across this country too. It's just kind of crazy. ID for phone being dies face sad. ID for buying cannabis being smile. Yeah, this guy, how he opens his government-run grocery store, like last week. Now he's requiring to have a fucking ID when he goes into his government-run grocery store. This dude's a fucking total loser. You guys love socialism over in New York? You love it now? You love this guy? You wrote, experience like a little fun, hyper range from this dipshit. You know, it was like it was gonna be a honeymoon phase, and people were slowly realizing this guy is just it's just a full of shit. He's a fucking socialist commie. So, wake up, New York. If you wanted to have some saying, you felt this guy out in a couple of years. He's destroying your fucking city, loser. Was this one?
As
and you already know,
franchise,
get off the bus. So I got to the park.
Easy.
Now, y'all mess around, I get 17 targets. But I already know I'm getting off the bus.
Sorry, I want white kids, and I don't want my white kids bringing home black people. In the 1960s, the West Side burns down.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. I understand because piracy is a defensive position. I don't care how
I think there's like one I like. You're saying that he would might become like Desi would might consider becoming conservative. Trying to find out one. Where is there it is. So Destiny might become conservative. Destiny, join the good side. Be a libertarian. Be a conservative libertarian, my man. Join the good side, Destiny.
You're way less likely to be racist. So here he comes from like, yeah, but I really don't. Just in my perspective, when I interact with him and everything, I don't know if he is like super racist. I bet he was at one point, but I think to some extent, like him being around some people and everything, like I think I don't know how much he does like harbor actual evil views like that. But you got to keep in mind that he might have been this younger, but he's doing good things. But he's not basically has to basically have the same political ideologies and be like 19 years old. So like you can't really change. This is one of the nice things about being like a nonpartisan so I have a lot of flexibility to change my beliefs as I update information and I'm still living with different things. But if you're Nick Fuentes and you're the leader
Bro, that would be insane if Destiny becomes conservative. A lot of people, it's just kind of crazy that like a lot of people are leaving the Democrat Party because they got full fucking coffee like Gilmore. You don't like fucking JD fans. He says it's voting blank. Carville why with the Democrat Party because of the sign and Destiny. There's like a lot of like modern Democrats who believe this shit's crazy. I don't blame them, man. Why would you want to be invested into that toxic party that this fucking stupid cancer piece of shit loser is invested in? He's just this fucking loser is destroying the Democrat Party. He has said many times that he wants the Democrat Party to fucking destroy and just wants a full-blown socialist takeover. So we just have to work together and combat this loser and all his fucking crony cops. That's what we need to do. Friday the 9th started back. Blockbuster. I can't. Twix. This is the I think this is like this merge console for MTV. And I think that I'm trying to think. I forgot which consoles that I can remember.
Yeah, Jesse. That's why I say it's coming. So a lot of people say like they're from
Trump's net favorability among Hispanic voters. Runs at plus 11, active vote plus 3. Other polls where he's down. These are like far right like polls. These are like normal ones where he's at low. I don't trust all those ones. Are they far right ones?
Not the city, but there was, I would say, between 50 buildings.
The GeForce RTX 990. I need that. I need that. I need to go buy that. I can get more RAM. Got decent size RAM, but I want more RAM.
Nobody really embraced Rob. I mean, you look at John Gruden, he was constantly yelling at it. And you know, Josh McDaniels, he coached him hard.
What's this spell, Miller Friedman? I love Miller Friedman. It's one of my favorite economics people all time.
black people that
individual
are
player. You can't
I
blanket
don't think
statement
he'll make a
killing
connection, but
everybody.
Hunter is
Some
so
guys you
close to
gotta give
something
a pep
here.
talk, some guys you
Because
can
Hunter's
yell at,
right
some
to
guys
ask
you
this
gotta be
question.
funny with,
But I
facetious
don't know
with.
if he
I
realizes
mean,
that, like,
that's the part of
the answer to
coaching.
this question
But
is
everybody
obviously
just want,
no.
well,
But the
if I
goal
coach
of
Tom
political
Brady
actors
like
like
this,
Clinton is
right? Because he's not Tom Brady.
Like,
Everybody's not wired the
the
same.
white kid in some
True.
But everybody
what
wants,
black
and
people
then
in some
people
city
say
far away are doing. I
I
actually
everybody
see
the
that
same.
all of these
No.
things are connected somehow.
Yeah, that's what makes
Yeah,
some of the
I mean, the
greatest
problem
coaches
with
ever in
Austin
the NFL
was
understand
that
that
he got stabbed
being
in the neck at a
self-aware
track
on how the
And the
coach
problem with our city in Chicago is that the Magnificent Mile is long.
You say some shit
It's
that
not
Nick, in fact, the entire generation of African Americans is that they've been getting killed by cops.
I mean, it's always
It's absolutely correct.
Listen,
like that.
Trump and Putin appear to be kissing at the kissing couple answers. Oh man, that's funny. It's infusional getting golf bars in Washington. That ain't good. Holy shit! Oh my god, that must be scary. Jesus Christ, I would be scared to be living up there during that. Dude, I thought it was a tornado for a minute. Jesus Christ, it's bad. Being Lutheran, hey, Mary Donnie says giving shot education for grocery stores. Well said. It's to keep non-residents from coming and use it on the resource. I love Family Guy. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, dude. One of my favorite shows of all time, dude. I love watching that show.
People like to bring up people like to bring up that like Hunter Biden should have never been on that board, and even people,
Tucker's such a loser. I don't even want to look at him.
That's not true. He actually has like
It's Friday night with the boys online. There's this Halo 3, one of the greatest Halos of all time. I used to love playing Halo 3. Played on the Master Chief's Collection, but also I did play while I was a little kid too, because it was still a lot of people still play like the 360.
Now you really ain't gonna be you out there just getting cardio in. You out there just ready to practice on your route running. And they're not gonna give you no robs.
1996,
And you know what?
Hunter
It all
accepted a
started
consultant position. He bankrolled to become an MBA, and then he later started MBA to serve as co-chair for his vice election campaign. He was the executive VP, and he left the MBA at 1998.
Oh my god, those were some good days. I wish we go back to times like that, man. The guy was awesome.
Became a lobbyist.
You know, quarterback sees this, and we would find a way to get the
He wasn't just sitting around.
I don't know, to really look at
a 5-year term on the board of directors of the
when you get off in a couple of minutes.
He was the board's vice chairman from 2006 to vice chairman in 2005.
I'm gonna get off in a couple of minutes, man.
Wait, wasn't there a big, what am I thinking of, like food-related thing, or UN or food-related thing? I mean, the Amtrak sounds pretty
I'm
huge.
gonna get off in a couple of minutes. I'm getting pretty tired. You look at that.
Nobody, I do need my DGG chat. Aquila said McDonald's.
The golden era of gaming, Halo 3. Yes, I agree. I play a tiny bit of Gears of War 2, but I play a lot of days and a decent amount of Halo 3. A tiny bit of that. But yeah, that was definitely the golden era of gaming. I agree.
He served as the board chairman from 2011 to 2015. I think it's like one of the largest like food things in the world, at least in the US. Yeah, he had like an impressive background prior to being that board in Burisma. But people only know that he smoked crack and that he was on that board in Burisma. Yeah, so then people basically think that, like at that point, like, well, why the fuck would he be on?
I don't know what to fucking look at. I'm
just like the president.
gonna go get some TikTok. I'm gonna go get TikTok for just a little bit for till like end stream.
And you commuted to Philadelphia, the chances of you being
Like I did, like the last stream I did.
Delaware or in Pennsylvania are about 50 times.
We're gonna get off in like a couple of minutes, so I'll just look at TikTok for like a couple of minutes, then I'll hop off. Then we'll be back on tomorrow.
The problem in America right now is that a 26-year-old white kid who lives in suburban Chicago doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled or he's been woke. And the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just said
the problem is crime.
Bro, I can't fucking hear.
Chicago, the carjackings, shootings, takeovers. We know why there's no business on the Mad Mile anymore.
Jeff was a lot funnier back then. I still like Jeff.
Listen,
But it feels that kind of got a little bit stale over like last like year. But it was a lot more funnier back then, I think. But games just gotten so stale. I kind of can't really blame them.
Careful! Interesting conversations happening. We need to moderate it. We need to get the moderator to stop the interesting conversation. It wasn't like that before. I was banned from everything for many years. So no, you weren't allowed to. You're right. We can talk about it now, but that's only because the good guy won.
Hey, what's up, guys? There's something I forgot to tell you about. We also just launched our own streaming platform called C5.now. We have 5 films on there right now. Film number 1, The Art of Protest.
It's funny how I'm getting cursed and stuff.
We interviewed a few months back. Film
like it's all
Rapture
gays, all
by
y'all
Theo
gays, I'm
Anthony.
getting cursed and stuff. I don't know
Investigates the
why.
lives and times of the rodent population through the eyes of the people who love the rats of Baltimore, study the rats of Baltimore, or are paid to execute and trap the rodents of Charm City. Documentary number 3, Starcash by Haley Garrigus, an amazing Wall Street documentary.
She is pretty good. Is she like same age as I am?
That's right. Stock analysts who stare at the planets to figure out what's going to happen with the money. Documentary number 4 is called Physician Heal Thyself.
Oh shit! I keep constantly doing that. I don't want to mess this up. I want to mess it up.
He just forgot to say, make no mistakes.
Yeah. Why didn't you add to the thing? Make sure chat doesn't crash.
Make no mistakes.
Featuring tons of archival footage documenting a physician, psychiatrist, philosopher, sorcerer of the mind, and God Warmatsu. Very influential dude as far as addiction and trauma and healing. He's about as good as it gets. He's the top dog in that realm. So check that documentary out. Documentary number 5 is my own. Had to put my own sauce on there to get the train moving. It is called Finding Orson. A 45-minute documentary that I shot over the course of a year and a half. Trying to reunite inspirational music and an elderly community member named Rick Shore.
I don't know why we curse so August, man. I didn't even search this. It just randomly just pops up on my feed.
So those are the 5 films on C5.now. A totally independent creator.
I'll finish looking at TikTok. Then I'm gonna hop off.
Platform, not gatekept by Hollywood. And what's unique about C5.now is, unlike the major studios, we're not afraid to take a risk. And of course, pay creators fairly. The link is in the pinned comment and description box of this video. And most importantly, it's not just a website. It's an app on your phone and a smart TV app. So get your popcorn, get your remote, sit down. It's time to learn. I'll see you guys soon.
I can finally release my J6 video on that platform. True.
You went from being banned on Twitter to being on YouTube to creating an entire show. I know you're not, but now you have Kick and now you have all of these other things. You have an enormous platform. I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there. We can get there. Okay?
How do you think he orders my stream?
What I don't understand is how you didn't recognize that in 2016. How you didn't recognize that in 2020.
Oh my god, I'm so tired. Alright, boys.
One of the most frustrating
I'm
things
gonna
for that
hop off for
conversation
tonight.
last night is
I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna return and play D-Rock. I haven't played D-Rock since January, and we're gonna make a return for maybe just like a day. Who knows? I may fully go
we
back.
had the chance. It was the last
Wait and see.
I don't understand how somebody can slide
And we'll
by
look
on
at the
that.
same stuff that
I
we're
also
looking
don't
today
like
on the
sometimes
Blitz stream tomorrow.
Seems of like considering like the alternative
Alright, guys,
motivations.
it's a great stream.
I was like, well, now he's saying that things are worse than he could imagine. Now
I'll
he's
see you
like, yeah,
guys
these now there's a
tomorrow.
bunch of
Alright,
political
boys,
capital
peace
to
out.
gain from talking about how bad things are. But like, I have a huge problem with